Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to my channel. I am a Canadian podcaster with a passion to form connections with individuals from all walks of life. On my show Connections, I explore the world through my guests' unique perspectives while gathering an insightful understanding of how they interact and perceive life.
That is a really good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
I ask questions that focus on uncovering stories of humble beginnings,
But I was like 13th place out of like 300 kids.
triumphant successes,
I used to swim for the Junior Australian Olympic trial team.
motivations,
I just built up that confidence in myself to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
inspirations,
She was just always, I just always love her.
struggles,
The main thing that got me to where I am today is the bullying that I experienced.
and realizations.
Sometimes you cannot get closure.
My goal is to continue making connections to spark meaningful discussions, and I hope you will join me. Hello.
A little nervous, but I'm good.
That's okay. That's all right. Nerves are normal. That is we are used to nerves here. Chat, can we I need to see some love. Wait, I need some love. Calm the nerves. Let's see the love in chat. So we can, yeah, exactly. We breathe out the love. That's or what, breathe in the love? No, breathe in the love. That's what is a birdie. It is a birdie. Isn't that crazy? Hi V, good to see you. Hi Alyssa. Exactly. Look at all that love. Exactly. Thank you, chat. See, it's all love here. We're gonna have fun. It is. I understand. It can be a little nerve wracking coming onto someone's stream that you've never been on before. It's understandable. It definitely is understandable. However, we're gonna have some fun and starting with quick questions. And maybe you've never been here. Maybe this is the first time you've ever seen Connections and you've never been here before. Maybe you're like Thani, or maybe you're like Flatfoot or Yelissa or Boombox. Or there's so many people that I know are new here, which is I'm so grateful for. You saw Connections before. Oh well, Thani, just sorry. Maybe you haven't lurked. Maybe it's the first time you haven't lurked and watched Connections before. Maybe they're like Penny then. Maybe you're not like Thani. What's it called? Well. This is how you play quick questions, because maybe you're wondering what I'm talking about here. Sorry. I'm here, by the way. Hi, Fluffy. Good to see you. All right. Well, there's a couple things here, and this is the little intro we have for it as well. Quick questions. Quick question. There's three rules about quick questions, and they've changed actually since the last stream and things that are going on in my life. The first one is that there are going to be 10 questions. The second is that the guest, you are going to have 60 seconds to answer every question. And number 3 is that chat will get to gamble some channel points to see if the guest will beat the clock or not. So you decide what people do. I mean, in a weird kind of sense. All good there, Fluffy. Good to see you eating dinner. Oh, hey, eat up. What's for dinner there, Fluffy? I'd love to know. However, we got 10 questions on the board here, or 10 questions in front of me here that we're going to speed round. It's going to be one after the other to kind of get those nerves out. We're going to get you in that kind of feeling of, you know what, like if you can speed run this, you're fine for anything. You're good. Okay. and even if not, it's going to get that brain warmed up and we're all good. So, chat, what's go? We're about to run a prediction here. If we haven't already, is it letting us? This is our first time doing it. There we go. Will Birdy answer all the questions? Please throw your prediction in. It's going to be a 1-minute prediction. You need to know with this sad face. Oh my goodness. Get your predictions in now. You can gamble any points that you have on there and maybe get you a little bit closer to getting your name on that lovely Connections hat. If you can see it on there, chat there. I see someone's predicting a yes. Let's see. What's the thing? A lot of people, yes. There's a lot. Can't gamble and I'm sad. What do you mean? Can't gamble? What? Oh my God, I can actually gamble now because I'm a BC. Is that a thing? I want the hat. You want the hat? Well, Kyle, we'll see. It was your birthday, but you know, Philippine laws, really? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of confidence in yes. I wonder if anyone's gonna go no here and just to see if they can swoop it away. A lot of confidence in you, Birdy, though, which is good. It's good to see. It's good to see. I never thought about that kind of ideology, is that this might be a vote of confidence as everyone goes no. However, I wonder if someone's a gambling sense and they'll only go to no. However, we'll see. We'll see. No one went no. Okay, so and that's okay. That's all right. What's up, Nene? Good to see you. So we're going here. The statement will lead to wonders. What? What are we talking about here? Oh, really though? Gamble down in BC. Yeah, that's a little scary, isn't it, Danny? That is a little bit scary that B can now gamble. So chat, can you please spam that love if you are ready to question everything that this anxious birdie said? I was kidding. We're gonna make things more worse than it already is. I'm just kidding. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. And Birdie, are you ready?
I am.
All right. I will start the clock and ask the first question as I start. One after the other. We will talk about quick questions at the very end of this, so that you can don't have to feel like you have to elaborate yet, because I'll make you do that later. Don't worry. We're gambling. We missed it. Yeah, you missed it, Donovan. You should have been here. It's all right. It's all right. Every stream. Don't worry. Every stream. Every Tuesday. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. All righty. We are going to start right about the quiver glyph is what it did it for me. You're like, it's funny because like there's some people who like, you know, who has the bad Wi-Fi connections, because people are like, did I lose connection?
Literally, it was running through my head. I was like, did he freeze?
No, it's okay. I always just have to Jay even thought I did it. What's it called? I have to mess with everyone. I gotta mess with every single creator. It's part of the show. It's
I was like, don't show it. Don't show it.
Oh my goodness, is this best peitos? I did not say that right, I'm sure. Peitos? This best peitos. I'm just going to Henry, because that's way easier for me. Hi, Henry. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hi. VPN time? Really, though. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, everyone in the PH community that's here, because I know there's a lot, it's time to get VPNs, and so you can gamble with me. I never knew that, though. That's something I didn't know about. Well, good to see you. Alrighty. We are going to actually start for real here. Starting right. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Trap. Appreciate that. Starting. Hi, Wolf. Oh my goodness. Everyone just saying hi. Anyone else want to say hi? Thank you, Fig. Anyone else want to say hi? Hi, Arch. Oh, Arch. What's up? Hi, Kyle. Hi, Donovan. Oh my goodness. Anyone else? Hi, Arch. Again. All right, we're gonna start. Hi, Fanny. Oh, hi, Fluffy. Oh my god, what have I created? Oh my goodness. Hi, Penny. Bye, everyone. Oh my goodness. Bye, Marge. All right, everyone's bye, everyone.
Hi, Penny.
Oh my god. Yeah, really, exactly. Hi. All right, we're going for real. I want to say hi. I'm not gonna say hi until after. All righty. Quick questions. Starts now. What is your favorite word?
Oh my goodness. Cucumber.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite drink?
Iced tea.
Favorite number?
3.
Favorite movie?
Anything with Adam Sandler.
Favorite memory?
Oh my goodness gracious. Performing with choir when I didn't think that I was going to be able to.
Okay. Favorite vacation you've ever taken?
To the mountains.
Favorite animal?
Cats.
Favorite family tradition?
Gosh, family tradition. We all see each other at least once a year.
Favorite gift you've ever received?
Goodness. Probably my DSLR camera.
Okay. You were moments off of getting it too. So you were like, no, I'm not even kidding. I think you were like 2 seconds off. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. That's right.
That
However,
first one got me.
I know it's all right. Maybe I don't know. Not W world record pace, but still on a good run. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Really though. That's right. You did speed run through the first like 5 though. You caught up pretty quickly there. However, we're gonna go for the favorite word is hard. There is a lot of words. That's right, Danny. So we're going to go through and I'm going to get you to let me know why or how and what the reasoning is behind all of your answers here. Starting with number one, of course, your favorite word you said was cucumber. So why cucumber? You stumbled on it a couple bit and then you spat out cucumber. And so I'm interested to hear why cucumber.
I honestly was like, what word? What word? Like, is there anything I say? And I couldn't think of anything, so I just said the first word that came to my mind.
See, that's fair. Hey, that's fair. That's good. Hey, that works. That works. See, mine is cumbersome. So I thought that's what you were gonna say at first because it sounds very similar in a sense. And so no, cumbersome is For those of you that don't know what that word is, go search up that word. That's a word you never get to use. So that's why it's my favorite. Very rarely do I get to use it. I think I've used it once in my life, and I was like, I feel so like prestigious. So your favorite food was pizza. So obviously here, there's a big debate here, as you know, our channel's nothing far from debates in here. And so, Birdy, does pineapples belong on pizza?
No, they do not. But I will say, I don't hate the fact that people love pineapple because, like, my boyfriend's a pineapple lover and I'm not. So we do a half and half thing where half of it's pineapple and that's his half. So I'm all to you if you vibe with that.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. It's fine. It's
no,
fine.
thank you. I will never do that.
I get it. I'm just upset. It's fine. I'll be all right. I won't, but it's fine. We love that answer. Yeah, we don't. Don't lie, Fluffy. Just kidding. Pineapple bozos. All right. Well, you won some of the chat's heart. Me, I don't know. You said your favorite drink is iced tea. Is there a specific type of iced tea that is your favorite?
I don't know, I like Arizona iced tea. I like brisk iced tea. Just any iced tea.
That's fair. That's
to
fair.
be honest.
Brisk iced tea is one of my favorites as well. That is my go-to. So I can definitely relate with that. I've never been into Arizona iced tea though. Which is kind of interesting. And I mean, I don't know. Like, there's nothing against it. It doesn't my thing. I don't know.
It's fair.
You said your favorite number is 3. Does that come from any sport, any date? What does that come from this favorite number being 3?
I honestly don't know. I just remember being in junior high, and when somebody asked me, I was like, I really like the number 3, and I've always just kind of gone with that. Like, I just like the number 3. I feel like it's a good number.
Is curvy, is good. It's fine. 3's a good number. It's a good number.
Yeah.
You said your favorite movie was anything by Adam Sandler. Now that you have a little more time, is there a specific movie that's popping out?
Billy Madison would probably want to be my first that I would say. I was just trying to think of any movie he was in. I was just like, Adam Sandler. I don't know.
That's all right.
But honestly, anything he's in is pretty good. It's honestly my comfort. I don't know why, but he's one of my comfort people. I just watch him when I need something to distract the brain.
It's really good. It's really good. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. It's not like his movies at all, but the one that he came out recently where he's like the jewelry dealer. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That was actually really good.
It was different to see him in a different kind of side of things, but no, it was he's a great actor, and that goes to show he doesn't just do comedy, he actually can act too. Because you hated him by the end of that movie. It was one of those things. So yeah, no, definitely a great movie, or a great actor, I should say. And now Billy Madison, definitely a good one. I can think of Happy Gilmore being a really good one too, as being a hockey kid. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of good Adam Sandler movies as well.
Definitely.
You said your favorite memory was being in the choir when you thought you wouldn't be able to. So tell us a little more about that.
So when I was in high school, that's when I got sick. I was 16. It was May of 2014. And it was basically the end of the school year. We wrap up at the end of June here. So the following school year, I ended up having to drop out for a term because my CVS got so bad. And I was thinking that I'm not going to have public school anymore. I'm not going to get to sing with people. And that first year, getting to go back and do provincials with them was great because I came back the second term. I actually talked to the school and I was like, can I just come back for options and then do my course through modules? And they're like, yeah, I don't see why not. If you're getting your credits, sure. So I was like, okay, thanks, cool. And so I started going to choir class in the morning, and that actually ended up helping my CVS. But yeah, that was kind of the moment I was just kind of oh my gosh, I get to be here and do this. And it was kind of scary and hard to go and do provincials. And I'm going to be honest, we went and we performed, we won provincials, and then we came and had dinner at the spaghetti factory, and after having dinner I went to the washrooms and got really sick because my CVS was like super overstimulated by all the excitement.
Mhm.
And that's the thing about CVS is like it can get triggered by excitement as well as like nerves and sadness. Like it can be any emotion that's just really intense. So I think it was just all the excitement and nerves of that day of competing. It's like came down to me at dinner. I was like, whoo. So yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that was still like a really great moment for me. Like even though I got sick, I was so heckin' proud that I was able to do that because I didn't think I was gonna be able to like even go back to class.
That's fair. That's totally fair, and that is really cool, and it's something that you kind of overcame in a sense. And I don't know, it's hard when you're dealing with kind of either chronic illness or mental illness or something like that, and you're having to kind of fight against it, whether it be anxiety, CVS, whatever it may be. It is definitely something that's difficult to kind of combat in that sense, and so I definitely can. Yeah, no, I can definitely understand how that is. Something that's a big memory, and that's really cool. I'm glad that's something that's really cool to go back to, and for sure. Favorite vacation you ever taken? I don't know what I wrote here, but I did not write down a word. Let's go. Where did you say was your favorite vacation you ever taken?
I said mountains.
The mountains. That's what
I
it
was
then.
meaning Jasper, but I just
Oh,
said
okay.
mountains.
Okay. Well, Jasper is beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's go. Did you go? Where did you go? Did you go to the glaciers?
Honestly, this last time we just went and like just looked around. Like I've never just gone to just like look around and just do whatever. Like we were originally planning to go on a canoe, but it was super stormy that day, and they ended up pulling the canoes off right when we showed up. So we ended up just going and found this little beach, and it was just like the best day ever, honestly. Like we didn't even know it was there. We just went in the water, had our day, went driving around, explored some of the shops.
That's really
It
cool.
was like
That's
really
awesome.
nice. I've literally like never had time to just like go and just like see what's over there because every time I've gone it's on other people's schedule. Like, oh, we're gonna go do this and then this and then this. And like it's still a fun time, but this was just like a different trip just because we had no plans. We're like, let's just go.
That's really cool.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
You know, so for me, mountains are nice. Mountains are nice, Bella. Welcome in. What's it called? As far as me is actually Banff and like Jasper, that area would be the furthest I've ever gone east in Canada before. Well, that's not true, but like traveling by car, that's the furthest I've ever gone east is theirs. I've been to Toronto and I've been to Montreal, but only in the airports. So I don't know if that really counts. But as far as like traveling and actually being able to do things and go around that's the furthest I've ever been east in Canada. So
It's the furthest I've ever been to, I think.
oh, there you go.
Like
Look at
that
that.
way. Honestly, I haven't left Alberta. I need to do some exploring.
It's hard. It is hard, and I don't know. Like there is definitely things to see, but it's a little bit hard when you're I don't know living life.
That's true too.
And also the world we live in right now is a little bit hard to get around to. It adds a little bit of an added stress to travel anywhere. You said your favorite animal is a cat. So obviously I've seen your little, I don't know if how do I call it, but on your stream you have the little cat thing that is in the corner there, on your stream there. But
I'm a stream helper.
that's it, stream helper. That's what it is. What is your what made it cat? What made cat the final answer there for sure?
Well, probably because I have always grown up with cats. Like, some people just grow up with dogs or whatever. I grew up with cats, so they were just there when I was born, and I've always really loved them, and I always have cats. So, I don't know. I guess just probably a big part of that reasoning is like my best friend, Cat Sai, that I had. She passed away in October of 2020. Or sorry, yeah, November 4th. It was right October is when she got sick. That's why I thought that. But she was my best friend, and honestly, I'm pretty sure that's why I'll never like think of any animal as better than a cat, because she was like the best. Honestly, like with me being sick, a lot of the time I'll be getting sick very frequently. Anything from like over 10 times an hour. Like it'll just be constantly getting up from the bed back to the toilet. And I remember during my episode, she would like come and lay on the bed with me. And anytime I got up to the toilet, she'd like run to the bathroom with me and be like, meow, 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 are you okay? And it was just like cutest thing. And as soon as I go back to the bed to like sit with my heating pad, she would like come and lay on my lap and be like, I'm here for you. So
Aw.
I think because of that, probably cats forever.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's awesome, and I'm sorry for your loss as well too. But it sounds like
Thank
you
you.
definitely had a good best friend that was helping you through a lot of the times when you needed it for sure. Um, but yeah, no, I'm very sorry, and yeah, Mama Lisa's a cat mom, so
Hey, Mama Lisa.
and the what's it called? Those are I have fur siblings now.
Right, that's what they are.
Yeah, Phoebe and Miko are my first siblings now. My mom's cats. So and then you said your favorite family tradition. You just said was just seeing each other at least once a year. So what does that look like?
It looks like the about 11 or 12 of us that there are just get together and hang out, and hopefully my uncle doesn't start any fights between my mom and him because, you know, they're close siblings and they're always beating on each other when they're younger. And other than that, you know, it's just pretty much like us laughing about whatever we're talking about and eating food. And sometimes we're usually at my grandma's, which is out in the country, so it's usually we're hanging out, if it's summertime and nice, we're hanging out outside, you know, enjoying the acreage and, you know, just the land and the wildlife out there because it got lots of birds and stuff. So usually just us around like a fire or something casual.
That's awesome.
Sometimes people are jumping on the trampoline.
That's good. That's good. That's always memories. Those are cool memories for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We just don't have very many like traditions that I can think of. So like
That's okay. That
it's
is a
just-
tradition.
Yeah. We have like an August birthday party that we do. So that's what came to my mind. I just
That's fair. That's awesome.
It's just because we have like a bunch of family members who have our birthday in that month. So
That's awesome. That's super cool. That's really cool. I mean, it's always cool when you get to see family and run into families or get together with all the family. I would say. I was gonna say run into family, but I mean that's cool too. But like actually getting the time to be with them is more cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
You said your favorite gift you've ever received was your DSLR camera. So I'm very interested to hear who got it, how it came to be, and what that kind of looks like.
So I was 14 years old watching YouTube and I said, "Mom, I got dreams. I'm going to be a YouTuber."
I mean, you're doing pretty well on YouTube from what I've seen.
Well, you know, my ideas for YouTube back then were quite different. But then also I was like, I also really want to be a photographer. So like I could use it for photography. Because I just taken a photography like option class and I was like super into like Photoshop and I was like, I could do all this cool stuff. I just need a camera. So she was like, well, it could be towards your future and you know, if you want to, you know, be a photographer, whatever, you know. So it actually, I use it for my job currently because I
Awesome.
do social media marketing. So I take photos of products. So I use it for taking photos of products now.
That's so awesome. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
So my
awesome.
mom got that for me.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really awesome. Huh. Well, good gift from mom, that's for sure. An expensive one too at that, but very, very,
yeah.
very good one. So that's good questions. Unfortunately, I don't know how this predicts worked if no one goes on the other side because we've never used this too much. But if anyone got points, I think people probably just got their points paid back if they haven't, because unless someone went against them. Jay, can you just make sure that happens, please, if it hasn't already been done? Just make sure that they're all given back to them as well. And now we have some questions, or a question at least, from the viewers. And if you were a viewer in the chat, you're like, oh, you know what? I have a question I want to ask. Now is the perfect time. Now is the perfect time to ask a question. You can scroll down on the Bren coin, and if you see there's a question, ask the guest a question. Now is the time if you have any questions. However, we have already one here from our lovely mod, Donovan. And Donovan asks, and this question is his. I know you've been here and you see connections, and so this question has grown some legs. So I don't know how much you've seen of this, but this question does never gets past any viewer ever at all. And the question is, toilet paper, over or under?
Like, I have toilet paper right here, actually, for example. Like, do you mean like this or like this?
Yeah,
Is that what you're meaning?
Like, which way does it face you? Exactly. Yeah. Like, when we're on the toilet, is it over or is it under?
This way, whatever this is.
And that's toward you or away from you?
This is like towards me. Like, you'd be pulling it like this.
Okay. Chat, we can breathe. We can breathe. It's over. We're good. Yep, it's fine. Everyone breathe. Everyone, we're safe. Correct. Always over. Thank you. Exactly. Woo. But yeah, Prage is in chat, please. What's it called? Okay, podcast can continue. Exactly. Well done. Safe. Whew. All right. Well, okay. Your first one's right. No fight today. Thank God. Yeah, really. We do. This has gone a little bit places. We found out throughout over about 40 streams. I almost had to sabotage this episode. Yeah, really. We found out through amount of these podcasts is that this question has spurred some legs. And you really get to know about someone a lot about the way they wipe their ass somehow. And so unfortunately we have another 2 more questions that we have to ask you. And that question is when we're wiping, are we scrunching or are we folding?
Scrunching? Who is scrunching?
Wait, did you say scrunch? Scrunching?
Yeah, I said who is scrunching?
So you're folder.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think a little bit more neatly. I don't need to scrunch it.
That's fair. It's risky. It's you're
People
playing
just grabbing like a big ball.
exactly. You're scrunching a big goal. It's like what do you like? What like? Are you just asking? Yeah, whatever. I won't get into it. It's fine.
Oh my
Scrunching is
goodness.
just uneconomical. Exactly, Jess. That's what I'm saying. And then the final question here is when we're wiping, are we wiping front to back or are we wiping back to front?
Front to back or back to front? Not back to front.
Okay.
You don't do that.
Okay, that's fair.
Shouldn't do that.
Scrunchy just weird, just asking for some dookie nails. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Scrunchy, what are you, an animal?
I was thinking.
Oh my goodness, Belag, you need to be here more often, Belag, because there's been some times I need you to there's been 1 or 2 people that have said scrunching, and I'm like, and everyone's like, but no one lays into them that much. But yeah, what are you, an animal? Yeah, exactly. Insta cringe, really though. Oh my goodness, if Belak was here for Brack's episode, I know. Brack said scrunch and no, but did front to back though. So to be fair, it wasn't all wrong, but it was just no, Brax did say side to side. That's right. Brax actually said side to side, but then changed it to you mean the fish killer? Yeah, really. It was enough about Brax. If you want to go see the episode, exclamation
that method.
Really? Yeah, really? Exclamation mark YT or exclamation mark podcast. You can go see the Brax episode if you'd like to see the chaos that ensued on the Brax episode. There's a connections in how do you do the side to side? I don't know. You can ask Brax. Brax cracks, an amazing friend of ours, in the hashtag Brick Squad as well. But yeah, no, just a lesson on how to cheek smear. Yeah, really. Terrible.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly. Gross is right. However, we're about to hit a break here, but I have a couple questions that I have for you before we go into that break here. So Birdy, obviously there's a lot of reasons why people turn to content creation in a whole, but what was the reason that made you want to begin streaming? What was the day you're like, click, I'm going live? What was that look like?
Ooh. Okay, well, the lead up to that was actually I wanted to stream for a few months before I actually clicked.
Sorry, we just got a sub. Sorry.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hi, Pogs. Thank you. Jumping in to say hi. That's 2. Jay, that's 2. Keep the tally. That's 2. 2 out of 5. That's 2. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I kind of wanted to stream for a few months leading up. So basically, I already mentioned it. My cat passed away. So after that, me and my boyfriend were living in the city because it was really hard for me to be at my home with my parents where my cat was. We spent the entire days there, and for me, just the grieving process. She was 17. Yeah, she was pretty much 17, 16 and a half, 17 years old. And so it was just very hard for me. That was honestly the hardest loss I've had so far. So we were living in a different place because change of scenery was helping. And I started watching people on TikTok more and watching people on Twitch more. Because a lot of the YouTubers I watch, they do the both. They do the YouTube and they do their Twitch. So I started to watch their streams. And I was like, okay, these are entertaining. And then I started getting more into watching people's replays of things. And then I was connecting with people on TikTok. This one content creator that I watch, Almost Daytona. She's really great. She is also like near me, which I thought was really cool. So I was watching her a lot and I was like, wow, her streams look really fun. She's just like doing her thing. So I messaged her on Discord and I was like, hey, I want to stream and like, how should I start that? And she gave me a few pointers, a few things to like look into. And like when I would ask questions like, oh, should I worry about a starting soon scene? And just little things like that. Like she just gave me some tips and stuff. And she was honestly a really big motivator. Like honestly, she was like the one streamer I think that actually really did motivate me to just be like, just try it. Like just try it. Who cares? Because my anxiety was stopping me. I wanted to, but my anxiety was like, but what do you do? And what do you say? And what if you're boring? And what if people don't like you? So I kind of just like was like, well, if she can do it, you know, she looks like she's having a great time, then I'm sure I could have a great time too. And I did. So
That's
I
awesome.
started that at like the end of May, but I kind of like only streamed once and then I didn't stream again for like a month because I was scared. And then that's when I started getting into it, was like a month later in the summer.
That's fair. That's fair. It's funny that you say Almost Daytona because I actually know that name.
Oh, do you?
Almost Daytona followed me, I think, on basically every platform the other day. So I definitely know that name. Someone I'll be trying to reach out to just to say thank you more than anything. But yeah, no, I definitely saw that they followed.
She's
So
awesome.
she seems very awesome. What's it called? This next one here is, what is the TLDR version, the too long didn't read version of your life? What has been the starts of? We have Birdy, little Birdy, the tweet what's it called, growing up, going through the stages, obviously going through high school, hitting that point of CVS, and then going on to now of being, I think if I'm correct, it's about 8 years since you were originally diagnosed with CVS, into now the person who we see that's streaming, creating content, and building up kind of this crazy kind of community that we're getting to meet all of them today.
Yeah. So I actually I got sick in May of 2014, but I didn't get my diagnosis until June 2020. So
Oh my
I went like
goodness.
6 years not knowing what was wrong with me.
That's terrible.
So that was probably the hardest part.
Of course. So
Yeah.
what does the first look like, and then leading up to that point?
First, like
First memories. Yeah.
baby me. First, well, I can remember a lot. So how much time you got? I'm just kidding. I remember being like super little as a toddler, obsessed with Teletubbies, specifically Poe. Don't ask why. I don't know. I had this like teddy of Poe, and I wouldn't leave the house without it. Fast forward to kindergarten. Started to do music class. That's when I started to find my love for music. Grade 3 is when I joined choir for my first time, and I was in choir all the way until like literally the pandemic. That's what stopped me. So, fast forwarding, I was at the same school K to 6. Then I went to a new school, 7 to 9. Made some new BFFs. Then I went to high school and I kind of made some new BFFs again, but kept a couple of the other ones. And then, I got sick and I lost a lot of those friends, unfortunately. Still have a couple. Some of them came back into my life later. But yeah. Was that a good enough description?
That's a good start. Do you want to keep on going from past after like the CVS too? Because obviously you did like kind of lead up to CVS, and after that,
Okay.
what does it look like now?
So after I graduated, I didn't really know what to do for work because like schedules really stress me out. Early mornings trigger my illness. It's hard to find an employer who understands that you might just randomly be throwing up one day and it might not stop for the next 10 to 24 days, depending how bad the episode is. So it's just kind of hard to like. I tried to apply to a few places, but I got kind of scared because I feel like no one would understand because I already had so many friends not understand. So, I ended up finding a job with a family friend who was just trying to open her business. So I ended up linking up with her because she was like, hey, I don't know the social media side of things. Want to help? And I was like, heck yeah, sure. So I do the website stuff, the social media posts. I built the website for us and all that good stuff. So that's been nice because like although it's like not enough to like move out of my parents yet, I at least have a job and I can at least say like I'm doing something that I'm comfortable with, and it feels better being my own boss because then I can like take the day off if I really need to if I'm sick that day, or I can like sleep in that morning if I really just had a rough night because lack of sleep also triggers CVS, unfortunately. So just like all those little things is just a lot easier when you're your own boss.
Definitely, definitely. I'm sure
Yeah.
it adds that ease and that comfort to it, and that as well. And obviously, as if content creation takes off, I'm sure that's another thing that could also help pay bills too and stuff like that as well. Yeah, no, I can definitely understand how that can definitely become an issue too as well. But yeah, so that's the questions I have for you for now. We're gonna put a lot of those to the side for now. We'll come back to some of those later throughout the episode. Now that I got some things to obviously to talk about with you now, and I have some more. I know a little bit more of the mind of Birdy here. However, we're doing a quick little break here. When we come back, we're gonna be doing the last ever giveaway. Thanks to the lovely NTF Iggy, because Iggy gave up their giveaway and wanted to be on this episode, because didn't want it. Just is good old Iggy W, exactly. So it'll be the last ever giveaway that we're ever doing. We're gonna do an Amazon gift card for $10 to any place that you would like to. Anyone can join, but that's only if chat gets the two truths and a lie correct. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Maybe go get yourself a drink. Maybe go to the washroom. Is that B, little Bea B? Wow. Hi, Bea. Bea? Am I saying that right? I could be butchering that. I'm so sorry. Hi, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome to the show. It's been so lovely getting to meet you, Bea. We're gonna go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Maybe go get a drink, but then come right back. All right? Because we're gonna do something really fun. I promise. Bea, perfect. Bea? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. I feel like I switched it. Bea? I don't know. Bea? Just let me know. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the reels. We'll see you in a second. Bea. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. See you after the break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to
That
my
is not the
channel.
right one.
I am a Canadian.
Hold on. What did I hit? I don't know what I hit there. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm messing up everything. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Scout streamer. All right. Now for real, the break.
Make your life worthwhile. Did you live to the fullest? Did you enjoy that moment? Because you got to remember, everything that you did, you don't take with you. Everything that you gained, you don't take with you. You got to understand that. I got to enjoy what's here in the now. So absolutely, my biggest fear in this world will always be regret.
You're watching Connections, a podcast about human connections, premiering every Tuesday on Twitch TV/Brengra. What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You live your life for you and you don't live it for anybody else. In reference at the time, it was about my dad and how I wanted to live my life, and you live your life for you. This is your life. You make it the way you want to. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time type thing. Do whatever makes you happy.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was dating a girl and she just disappeared out of nowhere and she didn't really tell me why. Her parents showed up. Her mom gave me a letter. I was like, oh wait, where is she? It's just like, she recently passed away. That was like a life-changing moment to me because like in the letter it says, I apologize for not letting you know what happened to me because I didn't want you to be in the same pain where I was going to, because at the time she didn't tell me, but she had cancer. I was like, wow, I didn't know what that meant. That explains why she was very distant to me towards the end of the relationship. And what the note says, I apologize if your outlook on life or love changed because of me, but if you find someone that you truly love, don't let go of them.
Who do you feel closest to?
Like my nan, so my dad's grandma. She passed away because of dementia. That hurt me a lot because I was really close with her. For my 13th birthday, I was having a party at my house and she called an ambulance on herself and she forgot my name. And that kicked me in the ass. And when I lost her, I couldn't stop crying. Even now, I hate crying. But she was an amazing person. Like, she would give me change to like go and help with her shopping. She would tell me all these stories of the war in London and stuff when she got evacuated. Like, you could sit down and have a conversation with her for days on end. She was such a beautiful person.
What is a lesson in life that you had to find out the hard way?
One of my first kind of really serious online relationships. We spent a lot of time together, very condensed. Due to their home life, they had to take an abrupt exit from everything online. First it was like maybe every other day, which was like, that's a little weird. And then it became 3 days, 4 days, a week at a time. And I just had to sit with that giant question mark. And I got basically a one message heads up after not hearing from them about why things could not continue. And it was just a lot of external forces that caused some issues. All their social media has vanished. They're gone. And I haven't heard from them since. And sometimes you cannot get closure. Sometimes you just have to move on without knowing the answer.
If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they could be dead or alive.
I think I would ask my dad if he wanted to be around more. I feel like I wanted him around, but I never knew how to ask. I always kind of wondered that. And clearly, being almost 30, it still kind of eats at me. But I do think about that a lot. I always wonder if he wanted to be around more and he just maybe didn't know how to, or like what was it there that happened? Because I think not only me, but I think my sisters needed him too. I think we needed him and he wasn't there, and I never understood why. And I don't even know, maybe he would say I don't know. And that's okay, but I think there would be some sort of answer that I could say, okay, I can accept this.
If you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
I think it would end with something along the lines of, and she was happy. I think the ultimate goal of life is to achieve happiness. I hope happiness for every single person. That is the ultimate goal. It just perfectly summarizes it. You just want to be happy in life. I don't have to be big and famous and be filthy rich. I just want to be happy. That's all I want. It's very simple, but I just want to be happy.
What is the best advice that you have ever received?
It was to prioritize myself. I was always worried about my friends, and eventually that took a toll on me. My therapist was like, you have to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, you can't help everyone as much as you want to, and you can't please everyone. So focus on yourself, really understand how you're feeling, and set your boundaries. You have to prioritize your well-being.
What is the best piece of advice? Well, welcome back. Hello, chat. I had to watch that one too. I had to watch the B one there. We were already ready to come back, but when I saw B was on the screen, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to wait. Watch one more. If you want to see any more of those reels, !! reels in chat. You can see all the reels we've ever posted. You guys can follow me on Instagram. We can become friends. And yes, and maybe I will work on more of those because I don't know. I haven't uploaded one of those in a little while. We have some we still haven't put up yet. There's some ones that from previous episodes that we still haven't done, but maybe I should go back and do some more. We'll see. I don't know. It's been a little while. Okay, said present attendance. Time to mute Zoom. Yeah, bye, Professor Bren in the house. However, chat, this is the time where we play Two Truths and a Lie, one of my favorite games in here. And the last time, unfortunately, that we will be doing a giveaway on this stream for Two Truths, One Lie. We're going to be switching it up. I don't know what we're switching it up to. I have no idea yet. However, if you think of something, maybe your ideas will be worth something to me. Thank you so much for the follow, Avar. And Avar Nix, is that Avar? I'm gonna call you Alvar. Hope that's okay. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate you. You came at a good time, by the way. We're doing 2+1 Live. We're going to be giving away some an Amazon gift card to someone in chat. Hopefully, if the chat can get it right. And maybe you're like, what the heck do you mean? Well, 2+1 Live, there's a couple of rules to it. And chat, I'm going to need your help on this. And this is what it is. Enjoy the intro. So 2+1 Live is quite simple. It's not too hard. There's three rules. The first one is that the guests can provide 3 statements about themselves. 2 are fact and 1 is a lie. Number 2 is the viewers are able to guess the false statement by voting in the poll, and if the viewers are correct, one of the viewers will get a prize. You must be in the Discord to claim the prize, and the subs will get 5 extra entries. If Me chooses the correct false statement, one of the viewers will become a VIP on this channel. So that is how it's going to be. Oh yeah, Bea, join in. Come on in. Join the household. We save a spot on the sofa for you. We'd love to have you. So, chat, I need your help here. We're going to run a poll in a few minutes here. Once we hear the 3 ideas here. Bars, yeah, really. I speedrun that now, hey, B. Now you know how difficult that is. Brent could be a rapper. I don't know about that. No one wants that. What's called? However, I'm going to give the floor to you here, Birdy. And you're going to tell us 1, 2, and 3 statements here. And I'm going to write them down as you say them there. So just keep that in mind. If you see me writing them down, that's what I'm going to be doing here. The floor is yours.
Okay. The first one. Okay. Y'all ready? I broke my arm when I was 9.
Okay. Broke arm. 9. Okay.
I have an obsession with miniatures.
Obsession. Is this in what's it called, intervention for you with miniatures? You said.
Yeah, miniatures.
Miniatures.
Yeah, like just like
small things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny stuff.
I just want to make sure. Okay, I didn't know if it was like a brand or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm an only child.
Oh, okay. These are good ones. Those good ones, Birdy. I'll give you that. All right, so chat, we're gonna start a poll in a second here, and you'll see it pop up on screen when it's active. There, it'll be right over the top of the chat bar underneath me. There it is. Thank you, Jay. Now I need you to guess what statement is a lie. You have 3 minutes to do so. Number 1 is that she broke her arm at the age of 9. Number 2 is that she has an obsession with miniatures, and number 3 is that she's an only child. I need you to guess 1, 2, or 3. What is the lie? We're looking for the lie. We're looking for the cap. If you think it is Penny, let me know in the poll. What's called the majority of the poll. If you guys get the majority of the poll right, we will be giving away a Amazon $10 gift card today after stream. If you were there, broken arm. I hear you, broken arm. Number 1. If a lot of people are going number 1 here off the start, and I don't know if that's from that. What are the options? The options is number 1, that she broke her arm at the age 9, which seems a little bit sketchy. We have numbers in there. Chat, remember that. Number 2 is that there's an obsession with miniatures, that she has an obsession with miniatures. She loves those little miniatures. And number 3 is that she's an only child. So I see quite a few people going for number 1. I see someone going for number 3. No one's taken off the miniatures. Everyone thinks that might be a sell. What's it called? Maybe it was the face that you make, like D&D miniatures. I don't know what the thing is. It's just miniatures. That's all we got. Wait, repeat 3, please. That she is an only child is number 3. I don't know how to work Twitch. No, it's okay. It's all good, Petty. What's it called? At the very top of your screen there, if you're on mobile, it should be at the very top of your screen. If not, it'll be at the very top of your chat. It'll be a thing that says current poll, which statement is a lie. If you click that, it'll drop down a thing and you see 1, 2, or 3. Just click that and hit vote. And that's all I got to do. It's all good. We got you, Penny. Don't worry. See a lot of people going number 1. No one is testing the waters on number 2. So like I said, number 1 is that you broke your arm at 9 years old. Number 2, there is an obsession with miniatures. Yo, chat is just outing you here. Flatfoot is like, yo, get her to show you the miniature collection steps of this. However, that maybe that's a throwaway. Maybe we're trying to throw me off, Flatfoot. I don't know Flatfoot enough yet.
Well, there's 2 truths, 1 lie, so
that's true. That's true.
They know 1.
They know that's true. That's why maybe a lot of people are not going number 2. The second one is that obsession with miniatures, and number 3 is that they're an only child. So I don't know. However, I've seen chat be this confident before. I've seen even chat even be more confident than this and still be wrong. So I don't know. However, I see 9 people at 1, which is the broken arm at 9 years old. Number 2 being obsession with miniatures, and number 3 being an only child. See, chat knows. Chat's done this enough time. 3 is that she's an only child. Yes, 3 is that she is an only child. See, chat knows this. Chat knows how this game works. They've seen over 40 creators try and spin us off this. Chat knows how to get their gift cards from me. I sent one on pill. I hope. I hope you did too. It's all good. There's a lot of on poll. It looks like I'm pretty sure you did. I'm sure you did there, Penny. You're doing great here, Penny. We're proud of you.
Good job, Penny.
Exactly. However, the poll has ended for chat, but it's still time for me to decide what I think. Number 1, like I said, broken arm at 9. Number 2 is obsession with miniatures, and number 3 is that you're an only child. See, I'm feeling. Let me describe these. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top. First, only child. I don't know. I've never seen anything about siblings on all my research from you, so that would be a good thing. However, you're at the age where it might not come up, honestly. Number 2 is obsession with miniatures. I think chat decided that one for me pretty quickly, as well as how you spoke of them with the love in your eyes. It might have been a bit of a giveaway. It's fine though. And then the number 1 is that you broke your arm at 9 years old. And one thing that chat knows, and probably seeing, maybe it was Penny who swayed them, maybe it was me, maybe they've just been seen it enough times. They know how it is. But whenever a creator seems to put in a number, that's when our chat goes, that's our kind of giveaway. And maybe that wasn't even a lie. Well, maybe I guess if it's the other one, I guess it would be. Well, maybe you broke something else at 9 years old, I guess. But usually whenever there's a number, usually chat goes, So I'm gonna do something that I don't always do. I'm gonna go with chat today. So Birdy, is number 1 breaking your arm at 9 years old, is that the lie?
Yes.
Chat, you know what that means. Run that success, chat. Woo! Good job, chat. Good job, chat.
Good job, guys.
We got a couple things here. We got a couple things to do here first. First thing is we're doing a giveaway. We're doing our last and final giveaway. I'm so glad we got it here because it would have been kind of awkward if I didn't give it away and be like, I'm just kidding. There's the next one's gonna be our last one. So there's a couple things. Yeah, exactly. B. Let's go. Exactly. All the let's goes in chat. So we got a couple things here. First off, I want to hear about these as well in a second. We'll hold that for a second here. We're doing a giveaway. We're gonna have to set up the giveaway first. Let's pause, champ. As I set up the giveaway here, and I of course don't have it pulled up for the first time ever. Cancel that one. Well, Crisp, you came at the perfect time. I hope I said that right.
Casey.
Hi,
Casey.
Casey, you came at the perfect time. Casey, we're about to give away a $10 Amazon gift card. We're not doing it right now. You have to be in the Discord, !Discord. However, Casey, he came at the perfect time to be able to enter for that giveaway. So !Enter is what you have to do in just 1 second here. Sponsored by NTF_Iggy. To win. I'm gonna give her to Amazon. All right. Whoa, Raid! Hi, Tempera. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders. How's it going? I'm Bren. This is lovely Birdy, and we're meeting Birdy today, and you came at the perfect time because Tempera and lovely raiders, we're coming in a time where we're about to do a giveaway. Ama Awooga. Ama Wawooga. I love that name. That's great. That's a great name. Hello, welcome in. Welcome, raiders. Welcome in. Thank you so much, Tempera Boy, for trusting me with your community. I promise you put them in good hands. Scary hands, but good hands, I promise. What's called? So we're just about to do a giveaway here. We're starting the giveaway right now. All you need to do 2 things. First thing, hello, Ray. Hi, Ray. First thing is you need to !Discord, get in the Discord. Second thing you need to do, !Enter, get in the giveaway. So here, let me just put on the screen here so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let's see, is this gonna be the right one? This is not the right one. That's the right one. So Ray, oh my goodness. Poggers, 3 months of Bren's handsome face in my life. Ray, 3 months of your handsome face in my chat. My goodness. And my life too. Thank you so much. So if you see your name on here, there you see Jay, I see Fluffy, I see Wolf, I see Tempura Boy, I see Behavior. If you don't see your name there, I can't give it to you. Birdy, you are more than welcome to join this as well. Anyone is able to enter into this. There is no limitations on this. The only thing that I would say is maybe a limitation is that you will, if you're subbed, you get a better chance. But that doesn't mean anything. We've seen it go both ways. Hello, Tony. Good to see you. Welcome in. Penny, I don't know if you said you don't know Twitch. Do you know Discord? If you do know Discord, I'd love for you to be a part of this. Pay to win? What do you mean pay to win? That's not even true. What's it called? That means absolutely nothing. Every single person could join in with that. I think more people have won that haven't had a sub than people that have had a sub, to be honest with you. But I mean, yeah. Ramil, welcome in. Ram, can I call you Ram? Is that okay? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And thank you, Penny, for the follow as well. I just noticed that too. I know Discord. You know Discord? Awesome. ! Discord in chat. Get in the Discord. Ram or Ramil? I'm going to call you Ram, if that's okay. That works for me. Fig, thank you in there. I see all those lovely names. Look at all those names. Look at all those lovely names. If you haven't already, ! Enter. Get in there. We're giving it away to someone. Why not be you? You know what I mean? So all you do is ! Enter. Also got to be in the Discord to receive it. Those are the two things you need. That's it. That's all. Oh, I'm slapping my keyboard. However, Birdy, we have one more thing you need to do. We have one more thing. And that is, you have to choose a VIP for this channel. Someone who's going to be my family. However, we're right now at the max of people. So you're also going to have to remove someone as well. Sad. Sad. Yes, very sad. What would you like to do first? Would you like to remove, or would you like to add someone on?
I guess remove. Let's just get the hard one out of
Let's
the way.
rip the Band-Aid off now. Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah.
X/VIPs is going to pull out that list of people that are in there. Chat, you already know what the deal is. I see already people putting the pick-me's up in the chat. Put a pick-me up if you would like to be a VIP of this channel. There's 2 VIPs that are non-negotiable there, Birdy. The first one is Mama Lisa, my actual mom, and the other one is Julgra, who is my actual sister. So those are actually family members, so they cannot be removed from that. But you do have 5 people to be there. ! Enter, not at enter. People in chat. ! Enter, please, to get into chat there. If you'd like to be a part of this wonderful family that we have here, for a small purchase of a pick-me, a $50 Brent coin, what's it called? You can put your little hand in there, and you can do it. Redeem pick-me. All right, Jay. What's it called? So the people that you are having to choose from here, to remove from here, and you choose however you would like to. I'm not going to tell you what your process of elimination is only Damien, Soul and Wolf, Pugs, Sleria, and Jay. So Jay is not seen there right now because Jay is currently helping today on the thing. I mean, do what you want, but I will say is that's a bit of a kick in the face if you want to take over. Do what you want, though. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You don't want to pick me. What's it called? However, people just to put in kind of mind, the people who've been in chat today have been we've seen, who's not lurking, I should add, are Pugs, Jay, and Wolf. So if that means anything to you, I don't know. If it does, if maybe it doesn't, I don't know. It's up to you. But the choice is yours. If you'd like to, there's not enough for me to feel justifying vying for VIP. Hey, Tony, anyone can do it. Anyone can be in there. We've had people who've dropped in the stream once and never came back that are currently in there. It's kind of rude, but in my part of the thing, and I'm not meaning no, they people got lives, but I'm just saying is me calling them out. But mods, quiet. You cannot be chosen as a VIP. Calm down. What's it called? However, if you'd like to be VIP, if you want to join this wonderful community, throw a pick me in there. All right, Birdy, have you chosen who you are removing?
So wait, who are the ones that I can remove besides the 3 that you just mentioned that are here? Who's left aside from the ones that are here, or who with my family? Yeah. No, besides your family, and then the ones that are hanging out here.
So the ones that
who else is
the ones that are left here that have not seen yet, that might be lurking, but we have not seen, is only Damien and Solaria. And so only Damien has been on the list for the longest. we'll add in. I haven't seen Damien in a while, and at least in chat, maybe has been lurking. And then Celeria was the most recent, and haven't seen them since the last episode, I believe, of Connections, but could be lurking as well.
Well, if they were the most recent, then
They were.
they're safe.
Okay. Oh,
So,
okay.
Who was that first one you just said there? Sorry, I forgot the
Only
name.
Damien.
Okay, I'm gonna choose him because you say he's been there the longest, so we're gonna give somebody else a turn.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Flim,
Makes
if
me
you'd
feel
like
less
to,
mean about
Flim,
it.
if you'd like to get that, what's it called? You can throw up the hand there, and maybe you can be a part of the VIP family. Shorty Gaming. What's up, Flim? What's it called? There it is. Okay, so /unvip. I'm just gonna quickly do this here. I gotta. Oh my goodness, what's the name again? Hold on. I don't remember the actual full username. So I'll make sure I get it properly written down. All right. Ooh, I'm not getting kicked out again. Really though. What's it called? There's been a couple people who've been in and out a couple times. They try not to sway it too much, but there's definitely a stress between it. Okay, so now the choice is yours. Now we have let's see who we have here for pick me's. If you haven't already, this is gonna be your last time to put in a pick me here. And you choose however you'd like. So there's a couple people that are nullified from this already that I'm seeing. So Donovan, you cannot choose as a VIP because Donovan is a mod of mine. Or Don or Jay cannot be picked because Jay is already in the VIPs already outside of today's stream for reasons to helping me for VIP. No, Made by Fig could be chosen. Thunder Piggy could be chosen. Ken's Feet Picks could be chosen. Tempura Boy, or sorry, that's a hydrate. Never mind. Sorry. Breadcrumbs could be chosen. And Flim Flam could be chosen as well. I don't know how I butchered that. So the choice is yours.
Can I say it if I know who?
Yeah. If you're ready, unless you want to do some more research, it's up to you. But yeah, go for it if you'd like.
Oh, their username won me. I'm gonna choose Thunder Piggy because I like their username.
That's fair. That is totally fair. Well, Thunder Piggy, welcome in. Welcome to the family. I think, what is it? The first time in chat and getting VIP right off the rip. A great start here. Let's go. We're happy to have you here, Thunder Piggy, and definitely a good name. I agree with that on that as well. I think that the name is Lonzo, if I'm correct. Is Thunder Piggy's actual name. Well, Thunder Piggy, welcome to the family. Lonzo, perfect. Exactly. Big W. W's in chat for our new family member. And adding to that as well. So the family continues on. Yeah, so that's awesome. So, however, we haven't finished the 2 Choose 1 Lie. We did get a little sidetracked there. Chat, if you'd like, if your name is not on here, I'm going to look at one more time before we go back here and ask about the 2 Choose 1 Lie. But first time chatter, by the way, I know, right? You got a couple names in here. If you do not see your name on here, that means that you're not currently in the giveaway. We'd love to have you in the giveaway. You need to be in the Discord as well to get there. But I see Jay, I see Fluffy, Wolf, Tempura Boy, B, Ray, Thunder Piggy, Orlonzo, Bea, Tony, Hamaawauga. I love that name. Made by Fig or Figgy, Donovan, Ram, and Breadcrumbs. How to get the Discord help? !Discord. Click that link there, Penny, and that will get you. What a lovely, right? What a lovely list. I'm driving still, so I won't be able to enter. Well, Flatfoot, you have some time. !Enter is all you got to do. You just need to be within the Discord. You don't actually have to be in the call of the Discord. You just need to be in there. How to get more tickets again? The only way to get more tickets is by subscribing. However, you do not need to do that by any means. Your name is in there. You're all good. You got the one. So you're in there either way. No worries. There's Flim in there as well. So make sure that your name is in here. If your name is not in there, then make sure that we change that around there. Yeah, make sure you get in there. There's something I was gonna say here. Oh, yeah, you do not need to be actually in the Discord call. You just need to be within the Discord so I can reach you after the thing as well. Thank you for the lurk, Breadcrumbs. Appreciate that. And if maybe you are driving, bruh, Fluffy, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that so much. Hello, Melon. Welcome in. Well, Melon, it's good time. !Enter. Hit that button. Hit that button and !Enter and getting there. Thank you, Fluffy, for the sub. Appreciate you. Oh, awesome. There we go. Look at that. 2 more. Look at at that. We got Henry. And we got Melon. That's crazy. Look at that. Hey, Jay. 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 Jay, you're getting paid. Jay. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Fluffy. Oh my goodness. I'm getting fed. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Fluffy. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm going to switch this main screen. Thank you so much. That is crazy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fluffy. You did not have to do that. 5 gifted subs going out to Lettuce, going out to Nene, Media, to Breadcrumbs, and to Moist Moons. Wow. Thank you so much for that as well. Brent feeds his interns more than his mods, confirmed. Well, I mean, I don't feed them, but you can. Exclamation mark, feed mods. You can go feed the mods. Yeah, thank you, Jay. You beat me to it there. What's it called? Feed mods. And you can tip the mods. Nothing of those go to me. That goes right to the mods. If you'd like to go and do that, it's something a cool platform called PallyGG. If you're a streamer as well, and maybe you're looking to help out your mods a little bit, the ones that help you all the time. It's always been kind of weird for me to kind of give them money, but the way I found like that, it was super easy to just, I mean, let it go right directly into their account. And that's what PallyGG does, and I think that's really awesome. So yeah, if you can, if you have the means, I would love for it to happen. And there's also a little dono thing that comes up on the screen below me here about someone who tips when they do. So if you can, that'd be great. And thanks for feeding the mods there, Fluffy, or feeding the interns. Dude. What? Do I get fed more? More. Feed you more. Oh my goodness. Wow.
All the food.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Fluffy. To Erwin. to Luna. To Bolo. To Beetle. To Anon. To Dodge. Wow. To Tyler. To Drifting Hunter. To Hunter. We love Hunter. To Space Girl Paolo, who rated last stream, I believe it was. I think it was. But another amazing creator as well. And Katie Marie. Wow. Oh my goodness. Do I get fed more? Oh my, Fluffy. Wow. And really though, more food for the mods. We love you. Yeah, we do love you. Now you get a milk tea. Dodge got a sub. I know, right? Is he even awake? Probably not. Smorgasbord. Really though. Oh my goodness. Goated. Really though. No one's hungry no more. No, we all eating. Hashtag feed Jay. Oh my. Well, Jay, on Discord when you can, send me your PayPal. We'll make it happen. Oh my god, Donovan. I'm hungry. That's a lot of gifties. That is a lot of gifties. I will say though, one thing I will push for this is if you have the means, a sub is awesome to me, but I would much rather give it to the people that really support behind the scenes. And that is our wonderful mods behind the scene. Obviously, Jay is getting fed. Don't worry, chat. Jay is getting fed. I will make sure that Jay gets fed. We'll feed him the little carrots down the little hole in the basement. What's it called? But what's it called? If you'd like to feed the mods that are typically behind the scenes, exclamation mark feed mods or feed the mods. We'll get there. I'm gonna get my carrot rations. It's been weeks. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get back to our show here. Thank you so much, Fluffy. That is amazing. You were so wonderful. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. With the hard times I've been going through this past week and a bit, money is becoming very tight, and that definitely is going to help those gifted subs. So thank you. By no means are you meant to give out gifted subs, but the fact that you've decided to give me 15 of them, putting you in the second place spot, which is just crazy to me, means a whole lot to me. So I really do appreciate that. So thank you. All right. We are going to dissect this 2 Choose 1 Lie here, Birdy.
Okay.
So first off, only child. That is true.
Yes.
Okay.
I am only me.
Me, myself, I.
Yeah.
Number 2 is that you're obsessed with miniatures. And so now Chad has told me, and now I think we have to see.
Oh, you want to see some?
Apparently. I have to. I need to see it. What is it? What is this miniature obsession?
Well, I got 2 right here that sit here forever, and then I have a whole huge Ziploc baggie in that box right there.
Oh, you're
I could
suffocating them?
grab more. Well, I need to find a home for them, and they're just like organized. I actually organized them and then put them in the bag in their piles. So these are my SpongeBobs. Don't know how well it will focus, but it'll probably be a blurry little SpongeBob. This is like the meme
That's so
SpongeBob with the
cute.
rainbow. And then I have this little karate SpongeBob. And one of my best friends shares love for miniatures, so these are actually from her.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really cool.
So I just love like tiny versions of like anything that's real, like little pots and pans or like anything.
I'm ready. Yeah, exactly. What is
I
what
probably looked a little bit too excited when I said miniatures.
you
So.
did. You definitely looked too. You sold it a little too much. Unfortunately, that's okay. That's all right. What's got? Sometimes you just can't hide the emotion. That's all right.
Exactly.
What got you into those miniatures? Like, what was the kind of the what was the gateway miniature?
Okay, it was watching tiny cooking videos on Facebook.
Oh my
like
God,
5 years
yes.
ago.
I remember
And I
when
was
those
like,
were so
oh my
popular.
God. I was like, these are amazing. It's so tiny and perfect. And that's what I wanted. But then I looked up the price of those kitchens and they are hella expensive. So I just looked at other miniatures and I was like, let's just collect other things that's tiny.
That's fair. That's fair. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, no, it is. It is definitely a. I'm sure it's an expensive hobby though. I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of mine are just like gifted.
That's good. That's good. That's good at least though. That's a smart strategy to do this. What would you say is probably the most expensive one you have?
Oh gosh, I'd have to ask my friend because she sent me like a baggie, and some of them are like the rare gold items, and I don't know which ones are like the rarest for like the little mini brands,
Mhm.
the little circles you've seen. Yeah, she sent me a lot of rare ones. I was like, why you do me like that?
What do they usually range? Like what is the usual range for like one of those go?
Like the little balls, I think they're like $20 or $10. I can't remember.
Okay, so it's not
And
terrible.
you
It's
get
not
like
terrible.
6 items in each one.
Okay, so that's really good. That's not bad at all. Okay, so it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I thought it was
Yeah,
gonna be like
no.
I thought you were gonna say like $100 for like one of them. I was like, but okay, that's not bad.
I mean,
$20.
some of them I'm sure, but
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly right. But yeah, no, it's at least you're not like stacking on the hundred, so that's good.
yeah, I ain't paying for that.
And then the final one, the one that we all managed to get, broken arm. Was it the broken arm? Was it the age? What was the lie, or was it all just fake?
All of it. I've never broken really anything besides my finger.
Okay, okay. When did you break your
And
finger at?
I was just gonna say I was not 9 when I did it. I was like 12.
Okay, okay,
So.
okay. All right.
I thought putting the age would make it sound more realistic, but I guess I'm wrong.
No, chat knows too well what's called. They've all been trained by the lovely Pugs, who unfortunately I saw had to go to bed. But Pugs is a mastermind at 2 Choose 1 Lie. I'm shocked we actually got it without them, because like she is just like big brain always, never off. That Pugs, but what's called. But we did get it. It's like Vampa with their cursed protein story. I know it's in the details. It is in the details. It is true. Yeah, Vampa was telling us about how she ate a cockroach or something like that once, and it was just it was gross. However, I'm glad the details weren't that gruesome this time at least. But no, a good 3. I'll give you that. Just the chat is a little bit too big brain today, and that's kind of where I fell too. If had the chat not said anything about the miniatures, I might have gone with the miniatures because I didn't know that about you, but. The Only Child was another one too I didn't know enough about, but it was a good 3. The broken arm chat sniffed that one out, and made me look good for this one, that's for sure. However, I have some questions for you now. That is 2 Choose 1 Lie. Chat, if you haven't already, !enter, get in the giveaway, !Discord, get in the Discord as well to make sure you can actually be eligible to win that giveaway as well. However, this is the point of the show where we go into the nitty gritty. We've talked about how you wipe. We've talked about what's it called, the sides of small things to here that are growliest. We're talking about pizza. We've talked about the flavors of iced tea. We've talked about Adam Sandler somehow. What's it called? We've talked about the mountains. About being in choir. We're gonna touch on some things. We talked about you having a teddy named Poe somehow, or a teddy that is Poe, I should say, or a teddy of Poe, I should say, somehow. So I mean, there's a lot of things we talked about here so far, but this is where we get into the kind of the details here, and we get to know a little bit more about you. So, starting off here, I've seen there's a couple things here that you've kind of said there's a couple of materialistic things that you actually hold near and dear to you, which kind of surprises me. That's not very common, it's something that is very interesting. But if you were given 3 things to make you happy, what would these 3 things be? And they have to be an item. They cannot be a person, a feeling, a pet. It cannot be like that. It has to be materialistic.
Okay. 3 things?
Yes.
What exactly was the question again? Like, how is it phrased?
What are 3 things to make you happy? Or sorry, if you were given 3 things to make you happy, what would these 3 things be?
Oh, okay. Hmm. Three things materialistically, so not pets.
Not pets. Can't be a pet. Can't be a feeling. Can't be a family
Can't be a
member.
kitty cat.
Nope.
That
Nada.
would make me happy, but
Gotta make you think for this one.
okay. Three things that make me happy.
Chicken nuggies. Chicken
one
nuggies.
of them would be maybe like some new computer parts. That'd be nice for my
Okay.
toaster.
My toaster. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, right. Okay.
It
All right.
literally runs so bad sometimes. So like that would make me super happy.
That's okay. That's fair. That's fair. New PC
Um,
parts. Gotcha.
Maybe some like really nice gothy boots. They're like some good throat stompers. That would be like that'd be nice.
Killer. But yeah. Okay.
Like, thick boots.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
That make me happy. What else? More miniatures. That make me so happy.
All right. There you go. There you go. There's 3. That's good. That was a really good one. All right. I'll give you that. That's awesome. All right, kind of a throwaway one, but I just want to see because I was interested in that kind of sense too. And I mean, those are good ones. Do you have any secret hobbies or skills that most people won't know about you?
Secret hobby. Well, my miniatures was secret until I started streaming, but other than that, probably just like that I play ukulele and I sing and I write my own songs. I don't really talk about it enough. I don't know why. I just kind of like shy away from it. So that's probably like would be mine.
Okay. So we had done this stream set up a while ago, and you wrote down the stream form. I don't know if you remember filling it out. Hello, Dominanti. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Howdy. Or Yowdy? Yowdy? Yowdy. Good to see you. Welcome in. What's it called? But you said in your thing there is that you had an album coming. And you said there's no date, there's nothing for it. Has that changed? Because that's also been a while. Has there anything changed, anything improved, or is it kind of in the same spot? Anything you can tell us? Any exclusives you can let us know about?
There's no date, but it is in the works. And I am making 2022 the year to like actually prioritize the things that I care about,
Okay.
including myself. But like that's part of it is like I put off making an album when I was planning to because of my mental health. I was like, yeah, I just don't feel like I can create right now. You know, like you want to feel in the mood to make your art, not feel forced to. So I feel like I'm ready now. So yeah, I am definitely got some things in the works. I got some ideas that I haven't quite played around with yet. So that's why I don't know exactly what will be coming out, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just focus on releasing a single pretty soon and just have something out there.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's good. That's definitely it's a start, right? And that's the thing is I definitely agree with that. Is hello Gorm, what's up? And I can definitely agree with that. As I think as far as kind of things that I've been with as well, is it's really hard to create when you're not feeling at that point of like creative, like you're not feeling that kind of creative kind of juice. And I mean, I can relate with it. I have a secret project that I've been working on since August that I still haven't gotten to. And it's been something that's taken forever to even like to get started. And like the other day I opened it up for the first time in like about a week. And I was like, I looked at it, I watched it and I closed it back up and I was like, like I just was not feeling it. And so you definitely have to be in that right headspace. I get that and take care of certain things because obviously you want your art to be special to you and you don't want it just to be forced. And that's the thing is it's something that's been difficult for me to complete. And I mean, the mods even bug me. They're like, it's not even a real thing. It's just something Brent says at this point. It's not even a real thing, which I mean, technically it's not really a real thing yet. It is just what I've said, but it's definitely something that's been hard. So relatable. 7 months without no content for me, shifted, got busy, lost the spark, only getting back into it now. But OMFG, I feel this so hard. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Which Who Are You isn't the project. Okay. So I don't know if so many people knew this. Who Are You was not the secret project. It came out right after I announced the secret project. It kind of worked perfectly. It kind of hid the fact that I kind of hid it behind Who Are You for a while. And we did shift everything in it. But no, Who Are You is definitely not the secret was not the secret project. It I will say spurred a little bit from the secret project. When I was at a writing block for the secret project, I moved into creating Who Are You. Is anything even real though? No. So, but the thing is, Who Are You definitely was not the secret project. Which is yeah. No, a lot of people have actually said that. I didn't realize that I didn't kind of put that. But most interesting, yes, I know, Tony, right? Secret project. That is pretty neat. It is. If it ever comes out, it will be Tony. But yeah, no, my goal for this year is to finish that project at some point, or at least start it, I should say. And it has been definitely very difficult. But the foundation has started, which is good. With the past week, and for those of you that weren't at my stream, is my life has been turned upside down a little bit. I'm going to be probably posting it on YouTube soon. The parts and pieces of kind of why everything's going to be changing on this channel, that we had the stream on Saturday. But that script might even change even more, but it's that secret project has become pretty crazy over the past little while. So I can definitely understand what you say there with that, Birdy. Is it's definitely hard to create sometimes, and you want to be in the right headspace to do so, of course.
Yeah.
Focusing on some more positives. What is something that you are proud of about yourself?
Honestly, how strong I am. Like, more on like a mentally level.
Okay.
Like, not really like physically, but like how strong I am of like, there's just like looking back these last like 8 years, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I don't think if I knew at 16 what was coming, I would have handled it as well. But like the fact that I didn't know it was coming, I really proved to myself every time something came up, like, that I can do this. And I'm most proud of that because like shit's been hard. Not gonna lie. Sorry.
It's okay.
There's just been a lot of times where I was like really sick and really afraid to die because I get really dehydrated and I don't eat for so many days. And a lot of Seavesters have like hospital trauma, so a lot of times we just don't go and we'll just suffer at home. Or we're just scared to seek out help. So a lot of the time I kind of just sit at home and try to hydrate my best. And just kind of pray that I don't die. So I'm just really proud of myself for how strong I've become because the last couple episodes I had were not nearly as bad as my other ones. It's kind of showing to me that like I'm learning how to harness this and I'm learning how to manage my triggers and be more in control of like how to calm down. Like I get escalated really quickly and my anxiety, it makes my illness worse. And unfortunately they just feed each other. It's like I'm afraid to throw up, so then my nausea increases, but then that makes it worse and it's just, so just being able to learn how to talk that down and to prove to myself like, hey, you didn't get sick that time. Like, it's okay. I used to wake up every morning throwing up. I did for years, and it's been a few years now where I don't wake up every morning throwing up. Only if I'm really stressed out, I'll wake up and I'll have a bad morning and I'll get sick. But other than that, like, I've really proved to myself like that I can do this, and that's what I'm proud of.
That's definitely something to be proud of. That's definitely to be something very proud of, and I applaud you for being so vulnerable and sharing that with us. As you see all the love that was spammed throughout that time there as everyone, and it's the thing is I think even just on a base level, the past 2 years has not been easy to just begin with, and then to put up with any sort of mental illness, any sort of chronic illness, just compacts that even more. Like it just adds on more weight onto that, and it's things like that it's not easy. It makes it hard to wake up. It makes it hard to face things that aren't even like just as hard as getting out of bed, which is like difficult. And that's not something that should be hard. That should be the easiest part of your day, really. But because of mental health and chronic illness and stuff, that does make it hard sometimes, and that's very unfortunate. And like I said to you, when I met you, when you said I have CVS, I was like, bro, what's that? Like, I didn't even know what this was. And I've learned so much since meeting you. I think if I'm correct, I think we met around like maybe just after August, maybe September, is when we the first time we kind of talked on TikTok and like messaged back and forth.
Yeah.
And since then, I've learned so much more about CVS and like kind of things that it happens, not only just from like, really, I haven't learned much from searching, to be honest with you. I've learned a lot from you and like listening to your stories and like things you've told and messages you've sent me about how like your CVS has been like, I know you think you said at the beginning of this year, it was like really bad, maybe like late last year, like it was really bad. And like you kind of talked to me about that. And you basically said like, you've been really fighting it and so that, and that's like, it's the best that you could do. Like, and I think you are really doing the best you can do. And I definitely applaud you for that, because I think it's something that I don't even know how I could put up with it. And obviously I don't, obviously there's a lot of parts of that I want to kind of go into, if you're okay with it. That you said there is I think also too, one of the things that definitely like really what made me glad about was when one of the first messages when I sent that I wanted you to get you on Connections, and you had told me, I'm trying not to overshare here too much, but you basically said that you haven't felt comfortable in the past telling your story, but you did feel really comfortable coming on Connections and telling your story. You thought that was the right place to tell your story. And that to me meant probably one of the biggest compliments I think I've ever gotten, because this online period, it's a fucking terrifying place. And the fact that I can make someone that has never been within my stream comfortable to come on my stream and just spill everything is really cool to me. That's really awesome. And I think that's exactly what I want people to be able to do. I want people to be able to feel comfortable and come here and be able to tell their stories. I want people to be able to come in and listen to stories, be able to relate to it and understand and realize they're not the only one going through some shit. Like, I'm sorry, Alyssa, I'm going to call you out here, but Alyssa, for instance, Alyssa came off of your post on the CVS Facebook group that you said, and Alyssa has been nothing but positivity since we met them. And it's like, the thing is it's also not only that is that's someone who's going through the same thing as you, maybe not the same steps. And there's obviously a lot of you're different people, you're from different places. There's different ways you've taken care of it and different parts in your life of where you're at of this, but someone who's going through something very similar. And I think that is why Connections is so important to me, is conversations like this are important to have. They're not easy by any means. And, but I think it's important to seize, there's sometimes you're not the only one who's going through this. And as shitty as that really is, and I wish this was not something we had to relate on in that sense, but the fact that I have someone else that feels like, you know what, I feel that, like, that's really, that really hit with me. It's like, gives me a little bit of a calmness, if you will. And as shitty as that is, because obviously I wish that on no one for any mental health or chronic illness or anything like that, but it definitely adds a sort of comfort that I get to do it with someone who I would call a friend, essentially. And another thing with the chronic illness for me is when I met you, you were one of the only people I've ever met online that was very open about their chronic illness. And I'm sure there is more that that don't speak about it much. But for instance, my mom has a chronic illness, and that's something that really hit home with me, is someone who is around the same age range as me that is suffering with a chronic illness. I've been fortunate to meet a lot more people and be able to be educated so much more by other people, but it's definitely something that I've had to learn about and see. And I didn't even know what chronic illness meant until my mom was diagnosed with it. Like, that's like, I didn't even know that was even a word, didn't even know what that meant, like, sort of thing. And now to see someone that's lives a province over from me, that is, you know what I mean? Like, that's the same age range as me, like, it definitely puts it into a real perspective. And I think it's you're doing great with what the hand you've been dealt, and on my side of it, I'm proud of you, Birdy. I think you've done a great job, and you're definitely a great advocate for all of this. You've done a great job educating me so far, and maybe that's kind of where we're going to go next, is if you were, let's say that you're talking to 5-year-olds here, and basically say, how would you explain CVS to someone who had no idea what it is, like me, really, someone who's never even heard of it before?
Well, to explain what CVS is, I'm gonna just say what the CVS stands for. It stands for cyclical vomiting syndrome. Um, I there's arguments on how to pronounce it. Some people call it cyclic, some people call it cyclic. Basically, it means it happens in a repeated pattern. So, uh, the way I would describe it is like it's unfortunately an illness that you live with forever. But you can learn how to manage it. It has its triggers, such as you need to sleep properly and maybe watch certain things that you eat. Like tomatoes, for example. Certain ways tomatoes are cooked can just be like a trigger to the stomach and it can set it off. So just being aware of those things, you know. So I would say things like, basically it makes me get sick in a repeated cycle. For me, it's usually the summers. And it lasts anywhere from 4 to 10 days that I'll be sick in bed, and I will throw up anywhere from, well, for littles, I would be very like less graphic, but for you guys, I would say like honestly, like sometimes it's like nonstop, like nonstop. Like I didn't even know somebody could throw up that many times, like so many times. Within an hour, you could throw up like 30 times or more. And at that point, you're not even throwing up, you're kind of dry heaving, unless you're able to drink some water, you know, or whatever. But at that point, you're just kind of like wishing something could come out, but it can't. And that will last nonstop for about a good anywhere from 4 to 10 days for me personally, but everyone's cycles are different. Some people's are 8 days, some people's are just from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. they feel sick or something like that. Like everyone is different with their cycles, but that is why it's called cyclic, is because it happens in like a pattern that you can usually kind of like either predict or kind of like see coming in a way. Like when you can feel that you're starting to like get sick, you're like, okay, like it's probably going to be an episode that might be like for the day today. And then there's other ones where I'm like, nah, I'm sick. I'm down. Like I'm down for a few days, like, or maybe the week or whatever. So, sorry, I got a little off track there, but basically I would just say that like, it includes getting sick repeatedly, stomach pains. Some people get migraines. I get abdominal migraines, so it's a really bad, intense pain in my stomach. I didn't even know an abdominal migraine existed until I learned what CVS was. Yeah, it's painful, not gonna lie. um, and what else? There's like, I wrote some notes in case I blank.
It's all good. Go for it.
Oh yeah, I would say that like it's like yeah, like there's it's a migraine variant is what they classify CVS. So like migraines go heavily with it. Usually people will get a migraine before they get sick. For me, I get headed migraines sometimes, but I don't get them as often as I get the abdominal ones. It usually is like my stomach just starts hurting really, really badly all of a sudden. And it's like this pain kind of by my diaphragm. And I almost like just press things onto it and like use my heating pad a lot. So, yeah. Honestly, I think the main things is just like that I can think of at the moment would be like your migraines and your throwing up would be what I experience the most. There are a lot of like little sub symptoms that you experience, like if you're in an episode, sometimes I've experienced this where they like you've heard, I'm sure some people experience mutism. It's almost like you know when you can't talk when you're in a social situation.
Gotcha.
Sometimes when I'm suffering, I'm like that, where they sometimes in the CVS group we call it a conscious coma, because it's almost like you're in a coma state. You're aware of everything going around you, but you can't really communicate to the ones around you. Like, I need tea, or can you rub my back, or just like even getting those words out are really hard sometimes. Or like if somebody asks you a question, it's like mustering the energy to give the answer is so hard.
Really
So
though.
I would say like that would be a really big thing that like all of us experience, as well as like when you get sick, you're not just throwing up, like you're literally like not yourself. You're just like existing in this shell and you're just like watching everything go on around you and you're suffering.
That's so crazy. Like that's so crazy, and I couldn't even imagine like what that feels like, and it's something that I'm I'm obviously blessed for myself that I don't have to go through, but it's something that I obviously can can have the empathy and realize that like how terrible it is for you, Yulissa, and anyone else that suffers from CVS. And it sounds terrible. Like it's just horrible. And you mentioned earlier about how you said you didn't even get diagnosed for a couple of years. And so I think that goes to show how rare it really is. And I think I saw Yulissa said it was 24 or 29 years it took until they got diagnosed. So like it seems like it's very understudied. It's kind of the best way I can put it. And I don't know if you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like super understudied. I think a lot of people get their diagnosis by word of mouth of other sufferers, and then they go, "Is that what's wrong with me?" And they bring it up to their doctor, and then their doctor goes, "Oh, I haven't heard of that. Let me look into that." And that's a lot of people's stories, unfortunately, is like it's not talked about in the medical community enough. Like my boss is a nurse, and she didn't know what it was until I came into her life. She said she has seen people suffer with it, though. She just didn't know what it was.
That's so interesting. That's so
She's seen people
crazy.
coming to emerge with it, and she literally had no name for it. So I think it needs to be talked about more. Because, like, sometimes I wonder how rare is this? Is it rare, or are we just not, like, looking into this? How many people are sitting on their couch suffering and they don't know that they have an illness, that they could be doing XYZ to help? Because once I learned, I got so many tools, I started to improve so much, but not knowing is what did so much damage. And I didn't even find out until my mom's friend, who has it as well, was posting on her Facebook that she got diagnosed with it. And then my mom was like, "This sounds a lot like my daughter." So she started researching it, and she was like, "This sounds a lot like my daughter." And then, then we started bringing it up, and it's actually my psychologist who helped me get my diagnosis, because she like super duper believed that that's what it was, and she was like, "I'm gonna get you in contact with the doctor." She's so sweet, so
Awesome.
really love her. But yeah, uh, something Alyssa said, hot flashes and tingly feelings. I get that too. I meant to mention that when you get sick, I get like super bad hot flash, and then it's like the second I'm done being sick, I'm shivering, like whole body
Jeez.
shivering, shakes. I'm so cold, so I usually run to my heating pad. But the hotness overheats you, and then you feel sick again, and and I get the tingles too, but I usually get them in, like, my feet or my lips really bad.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. You said that you said it comes in patterns in a sense. And so you said your pattern usually ends up happening essentially in the summer. Is kind of like when you mainly see it happen. Do you
Yeah.
prepare for that in any way? Is there any way that you can kind of prepare yourself for that? Is there any sort of thing that you do? Do you just stock up on electrolytes and water and what does that look like?
So I actually just had my very first summer since I got CVS with no episode. So, like, I was yeah, round of applause. I was super happy. What I did was I was super determined. I was like, "I need my summers back, and this is the only time in Canada that we can go travel and do things."
It's nice.
So it's
Yeah, exactly.
like, I need to stop living my summers on the couch while everyone is out there having fun, because I wanna have fun too. So, because of learning so much about CVS, I was able to prepare myself better. I started drinking Pedialyte, just, like, literally all the time. Like, I have them on my table, the little juice crystal packets you can just,
They're great. Yeah.
put in on the go. Like, I love those, because then if I'm camping or on a trip, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I can just use that to keep hydrated. Because even if I don't drink a lot, it'll just help a lot better. So a lot of Pedialyte. This is something I'm gonna mention. The Relief Band, I'm wearing it currently. It's not spons. I wish it was, but
Maybe.
it's showing me that it's dying right now because it's on the yellow notch. But basically, I have it on number 3, and it's sending an electronic pulse to my hand, which is sending tinglies right up to this finger and up this nerve, which goes to my brain to tell it to not feel nauseous.
That's so cool. And is that you find that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah, it works amazing. This is my second bracelet because I accidentally broke my first one. I'll tell you how in a sec. It was a foolish mistake. I accidentally broke my first one, and I panicked and went into an episode because I didn't have it. In October was when I broke my 1-year streak of not having an episode, which was the longest I've ever gone. That's okay though. What can you do, right?
Okay.
But this thing, it's like amazing. The second it came, I was like so happy. I put it on. It's called Relief Band. There's also another company called Ematerm, which is Emeterm. They create the same product. It's their version, and they are like a tad bit pricey. Like, you know, you might pay like $200, 150 kind of thing for it, but they are so good. You basically just use a conductive gel, which you can buy anywhere really. I just use a colloidal silver you can buy at the organic store. And yeah, it just sends the tingles and it really helps because something that's really linked to CVSers having episodes is their vagus nerve. And a lot of people who have certain chronic illnesses have a problem with their vagus nerve. I didn't even know what the heck that thing was. I was like, vagus nerve? What? You look up a photo of that thing, it goes right from your brain down your back and spiders out through all your organs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So when there's something wrong with that, sometimes you can have issues with your digestive, sorry,
It's okay.
your digestive system, or like, you know, your like there's a few other problems that people have with like digesting food that is related to the vagus nerve that's not CVS. So it just seems to play a big part in how your organs function in digestion and just like turning food into energy like it's supposed to. So, I've been wearing my relief band to help. I've been trying to because it's a vagus nerve stimulator. There's also exercises and things you can do like humming. So if I feel really bad, I will hum. I like to do that a lot because for some reason, like I don't know why it's recommended humming over singing, and I think it's because of the vibrations in your chest.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But, it feels really good, like, when you're anxious, just humming, it feels really nice. And then, something else that I used to get through the summer that I never knew about and I only just started right before the summer was something called the Mito Cocktail, which is something that a lot of the CVSers are on, and it's, over-the-counter supplements, CoQ10, I think it's L-carnitine, and basically your vitamins, like the general vitamins you need, a lot of B vitamins like B12, B6, etc. So, that has helped immensely. What that does is basically people with CVS, they're kind of looking at it as Dr. Bowles. He's this doctor. He recommends the Mito cocktail for people because he believes that CVSers have something along the lines of mitochondrial disease. So our mitochondria is not working properly. It's not taking the energy from our food and like making it work.
Mhm.
So our bodies feel very fatigued and they feel nauseous and they don't feel hungry. So a lot of us struggle with appetite. So, you know, even on your good days, you're struggling to get proper meals in sometimes. So that's actually really helped me reduce my nausea. I don't even have morning nausea really since I started taking that actually. And my morning nausea was like really bad. I wasn't even eating my first meal until about dinner time before I started it,
Mhm.
and now it's, like, way better. I'm waking up hungry. I'm like, "Heck yeah, let's
That's
go."
good. That's awesome. Yeah, because at least like that's
So
the thing is that you have no energy too for the rest of the day if you're waking up and you haven't eaten anything, right? Too like it's when your most
yeah,
important meal of the day is coming out
exactly.
like late at night or the evening time. It's definitely not good. I
And you're already tired, so, like, it's just a
exactly.
vicious cycle.
Really though, you said something about the humming, and I want to go back to that a little bit because I've noticed when I'm on your stream is that you do hum quite a bit. Do you find that is just kind of like something that you've just kind of like you've almost done on just on like almost like a habit or almost like a kind of thing, or do you think you do that as in kind of anxious, or where does that kind of stem from?
Oh, it's probably just impulsive now. Like, because I didn't notice I do until you just said that.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple times you'll like when you're really into something, you'll start humming and stuff like that. It's something I've noticed a couple times that you've done. You're like, like it's very subtle, but like it's something that I've definitely noticed for sure.
That's
Um,
very me.
welcome in, Nor. You can't. It's all right. You're here. You're good. By the way, Nor, we have a giveaway up. If you exclamation mark enter, if you'd like to enter into the giveaway, and if you've just joined us too, and just like our lovely friend Nor, exclamation mark enter, get yourself in the giveaway here. We're giving a $10 Amazon gift card, in the Discord after. So make sure you're in the Discord as well. I know Nor you are. I know, of course. But if you're not in the Discord, get into Discord. Exclamation mark Discord will get you that link. Let's see here. Where we go here? So obviously, like when you're down, there's been times when you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm going to die because of this and things like that. And it's funny. There's been one time in my life I've been able to relate to that, and it was when I was in the hospital and really bad. It was really bad, and I felt like I was like basically dying essentially. And turns out that I actually would have ended up dying because I had a virus that was spreading up my face, in my ears, and was going towards my brain. And luckily, I did go to the hospital. But I remember one of the doctors at the first hospital I went to had told me that that I wasn't sick enough to be in the hospital, and I sat there crying, feeling like, bro, I'm gonna die if I go home. And I think he realized that and ended up moving me to a different hospital where I got like top tier like care from this a university group of doctors that were like basically using me as a kind of a test kind of thing in a sense, and had a professor that was looking over everything that was a doctor. And I probably got the best treatment because it was like new treatment and it was like really great, and I'm so thankful for that. But I remember sitting in the bed and feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. But in those times that you're kind of feeling like that and you're feeling like super down, and the anxiety and maybe even depression are kind of getting the best of you in those senses, what gives your life meaning?
Mm, my passions and my loved ones. Like my passion for music and like currently streaming and gaming and content creating. And yeah, like my loved ones, like my boyfriend, my parents, my friends, my besties.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you said that there was so you said when earlier when you was telling us the TLDRs, you said that you had kind of made friends, you made like really close friends in what we call here middle school. So that's from 7 to 9, or ours is I think 6 to 8, but still in that kind of like range is that middle school kind of age. And then you said you went to high school and you made even more friends. And so you were quite quick with making friends. And then of course, I think if I'm correct, it's grade 10 is when the first episode hit. And then you said you feel like you lost a lot of friends. And obviously I think it's also that you really, I think in my personal opinion, I think it's probably you went through things that probably happened earlier, but didn't need to happen at that time. Was basically as in high school, as I think most people know, is when you don't see people every single day after you graduate, you start to lose friends because you don't see those people as often. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but it doesn't make it any easier that it's something that you did not get to choose in any sense, and did not graduate from, and going through it with different people is you're doing it on your own in a sense. So kind of how did you work through that with kind of that feeling of losing friends? And obviously with me, I know like anxiety, that really would spike my anxiety as well. How did you kind of overcome that? And kind of, you said some friends came back, which is definitely awesome. But who reached out to who, and how did that kind of work? And obviously the understanding of kind of what was going on in your life.
So basically, like how I mentioned, I dropped out of school for like one term. So for us, it's split into two. So it's like probably like 5 months out of the 10-year or the 10-month school year. So I was gone for a bit of time for a teenager. 5 months is a long time to not see your friends, especially when you just had summer holidays and maybe you didn't even see them the most then, over half a year. So when I came back, I kind of had to find new friends. And I mainly came back for choir, so I was mostly vibing with like choir people, but then I had a couple spares where I'd like, if I felt good enough that day, I wouldn't ask my mom to come pick me up. I'd just like hang out for the rest of the day at the school. So I ended up making some new friends that were super great for that year. Like I'm super thankful that I had them, honestly. Even though they're not in my life now, it was just they were the friends I needed then. So I'm super thankful for that. But after graduation, I think that's kind of when like a year after graduation probably is when I connected with some of the ones that I wasn't. Um, Mostly just because like it was a year after graduation, I hadn't really seen anyone. I was lonely, and I think they were probably feeling that too. And like we had been friends since 7th grade, so it's kind of just like weird to be friends for so long and then to not talk. So we just reconnected, and that's when they kind of were like, "So what's going on with you?" And I'd be like, "So, I get sick sometimes. I don't know why." I thought it was anxiety. So for the longest time, I said I just have really bad social anxiety, and that's what my friends thought. They just thought, "Well, her anxiety's out of control." I don't throw up like that when I'm anxious.
Yeah.
Jeez, she must be very anxious. Like that's kind of what they thought, right? So Like, little did I know, like, I was anxious, but there was a lot more going on. Like, anxiety does not make that happen. But
Or
the
at
more
least,
I learned
yeah, yeah.
the more I learned about that, I think the more they were able to learn about that. And like, I'll be honest, my friends have not always been the most understanding. Like, I think I've literally had a conversation with everyone close in my life, like at some point where they go, "Oh, I'm really sorry that I wasn't more understanding before. I just didn't really realize how bad it was." Because when you have an invisible illness, you look okay. And when they've known you for so many years and you just all of a sudden you're sick now, because, I was just like, um, normal kid going out with their friends, hanging out after school, doing whatever, and nothing fazed me. I was never anxious. Like, anxiety just wasn't a thing in my life unless there's like, I had to talk in front of the class. Other than that, and here I am as a straight
I was
A,
gonna
right?
say, now look at you.
I make that joke all the time because like literally that would like be my worst fear. And here I am. But like that's the thing is like when they've known you for so long, they don't realize how serious it is and how much pain you're in or how sick you are. Like they just remember you as how they remember you, like the fun-loving, happy, outgoing Birdie. So it was kind of hard to have a lot of times where like I didn't get invited to things just because they're like, well, you're probably gonna say no anyway. So, just the fact that people sometimes don't realize that, like, just because I'm sick, I still want to be included and I still want to, see people and have fun and make memories with them like I used to. Um, I think that's the hardest thing is like my friends don't realize like I really, really actually grieve my old life of when I could just go out and do whatever I wanted and not have to worry about throwing up. Because I didn't leave my house for like literally 7 years. I only took my first trip last summer. And this summer was my second trip I've taken. Because when I got sick, I was actually on a trip. So I was really, really, really scared to leave my house ever because I thought it meant I had to throw up. So that meant no more sleepovers. I couldn't hang out, longer than my few hours I was okay. It just sucked when I was such a social butterfly. I would like, my mom would be like, "Yo, Raven, can you stay home for a day?" And I'd be like, "No, I got friends to see." So, I was a very outgoing teenager. I loved hanging out with my friends and doing things, running around town, going to Tim Hortons, getting some ice caps, but all that stuff ended because, caffeine is a trigger now. And just late nights are a trigger now, and alcohol's a trigger now, and how many people have, bar nights and stuff, So it gets kind of hard with that. Because I think they want to be understanding, but they just don't see me when I'm at my worst, so they don't actually like get it. Like they don't understand. I think that if they did, they would be a little bit more understanding to like finding hangouts and meet in the middle for us. But sometimes I just don't see people face to face as much anymore because I just don't really have that. So to work through that, I've turned to the internet a lot. And I've made a lot of really amazing long distance besties. Penny in the comments is one of them. Uh She's from Australia, and we have a few friends that are from America. We have one from India. She's one of my mods on stream. So we got a little group, and it's our little friend group. We call ourselves the Bees, and they're my favorite. They're like where I go to if I need to be like, "Hey guys, I'm having a hard day. Can anyone watch a show?" And it's just really nice to have that because I don't have to leave my house to have besties anymore. And they're willing to just meet you in the middle. So I'm really thankful for that. And like definitely no shade to my friends in person. Like I know they probably wish they saw me more. It's just and I wish I saw them more. I needed to be in the meeting me in the middle cuz I can't always do what they want me to do and I wish so badly that I could, but sometimes it's just going to trigger my illness. and I really have to prioritize that.
You definitely do, and that's the thing is, you got to put your health first, and that's so hard when you're trying to maintain friendships, and it's not something that's easy by any means. It is something that's really hard, and something that I even had to learn too is finding almost that balance, if that makes sense, and that balance between taking care of myself and then also maintaining that friendship sort of thing, and obviously those friends, the friends who are willing to learn, willing to understand, those are the real friends, obviously, right? And the ones that are willing to be patient and wait and so on, and the ones that when you say my social tick is done, like I need to go home, like you're not gonna be like, oh seriously, come on, we've only been here for, like, they're gonna be like, okay, let's go, sort of thing, like I'll go with you type of thing, or okay, like I'm sorry I can't go, but like I'm that's totally okay, like I hope you're okay, like call me when you're home type of thing. Like those are the friends like that I want in my life. And I definitely agree with you. The one regret I've had in the past year, and I talked about this on Connections on Bren, is that I didn't start Connections earlier. I wish I would have started Connections earlier because I've met so many brilliant, amazing people, you included, Birdy, that I never would have met had I not done this. And I'm so thankful for that, because there is so many stories and so many people all across the world that are going through similar things as me, or going through things that I've never even heard of. And that if I've gotten to learn more about, I've gotten to have an appreciation for certain things that I don't have. I've got an appreciation for how hard people fucking fight on stupid shit like that. That really they shouldn't have to, because it always seems to be the nicest people that that happens to, and that's the worst part. And I wish I could change that and wave a wand and make it all go away. And it's something that definitely breaks my heart. And I think a lot of people with invisible illness, it's something that's very common, of people don't understand. Like without kind of saying kind of too much into two things, and there's friends and family, like I said, my mom that suffers with invisible illness, and so it's close to my heart. It's not things that I mean, anxiety, I guess you could say, and ADHD or invisible illness, but I think it's a little bit more understood than something like a CVS. And especially more mainstream, if you will, like mental illness, which is like kind of weird to say, but it's going to be on the headline of being like unstigmatized before something like a CVS, unfortunately. And I think conversations like this help that change, and realize that there's so much more under the surface that we don't even know. And there's so many people that are suffering, and so many people that are suffering to the point where, like, you don't get to go out and you don't get to live your life how you want to, but you almost find a way that you live it. You figure out the new way, the new normal, whatever that is for you, and you make the best of it. Whether it's having an Arizona iced tea or buying some miniatures online, like you find that way to kind of make that happier. And it's something that I've even done too. Like, I mean, hands up in chat one's in chat who've spent money on Amazon this past year because of anxiety and wanting some sort of serotonin because you haven't had some in so long, and you deserve that. Like, it's something that's yeah, exactly. Retail therapy, exactly. Like one-on-one, exactly. And so that's the thing is it something that's so, you find ways to work around it, but it's I agree. Like, I think in high school, does Valorant count? Hey, I guess so. eBay, exactly. Buying skins on Valor, exactly. But that's the thing is like being the person I was in high school, being so hello, online shopper extraordinaire, exactly. Hi, mom. What's it called? Is being that I was so social in high school. People would always describe me as the extrovert, and I mean, I had anxiety then, but it wasn't so much that I was now. Pandemic changed my world and flipped it upside down, I think, like as most people did as well. But I have anxieties that I've never had before. I really struggle to go into a grocery store now, which is something that I never really had an issue with. I didn't like going to the grocery store before, but now it's like almost like a trigger for me to go to the grocery store. And
No, I
for
get
instance,
that.
that's
I
to
wait in the
survive.
car most of the time if I can. I'm like, I'll come, but like for moral support.
Exactly. And that's the thing is like, I can sit in the car and stuff like that too. But as soon as I went into the thing, it was just like, oh, like so why I'm saying this is, and popped in my head probably earliest is, with not having someone living in my house, I need to find my stuff for me too. I do all my grocery shopping at 6 a.m. That's what my dad said too. But I don't know. I don't even think it's just the people. Like, it is definitely people, but I don't think it's just the people. I think it's just the fact of having to go up and down the aisles and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, like I actually did go grocery shopping yesterday for a couple things that I didn't put on my, what I did today was a curbside order. And that, like, even that was just like, there's so many things. And I mean, there's definitely ways around it that I can get around it, but it's also the other part of, am I going to let this control my life to the point where I can't go grocery shopping? And I don't want to, but there are certain days where I have to. Like, my mental health's not in the state where I can just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go and just throw a test and like try to do it. Like the other day I had, like I said, I had to go to the grocery store to pick up a couple, like just a few items, and the whole new level of stress. No kidding, Kyle. That would, yeah, no, yeah. Don't even, things I don't need to think about there, Kyle, but having kids with me in the supermarket. That's the thing is I agree. Like, I think online is kind of where it is at. Doing curbside pickups, especially with COVID, has helped. Doing delivery to the door has helped. But the other night, realizing that I'd have to go in or I'd be faced with like a huge fee to get the delivery was hard. Like, it was something that was very difficult. And I think that's just a one part of my life that relates to like my anxiety or my like invisible illness that people don't see. And I've had people that like that have explained to, and they're like, just go at different times. Like, not to say, by the way, that you're saying that, Kyle. I know you were saying about yourself, but like, I've had people say like, oh, why don't you go at different times? Like, maybe that'll help. And it might, and I appreciate the ideas and stuff like that, but it's something that like, it's something that's up here more than anything. And that's the thing, is I need to be able to figure that out before I can start doing that. And I mean, I'm in therapy for stuff like that. My therapist knows, and I've talked about it with her, and something that eventually we will work on. But at this point in time, like, there's other things that are bigger processes in my life right now. She's funny that I said that, because it reminded me that my therapist said that this week that my goal for myself was to buy myself something nice, like a present. And I'm like, I haven't bought anything yet, so we'll see what it ends up being. But knowing me, it might be a big ticket item, which I probably shouldn't spend, but we'll see. And then, but yeah, so it's hard. It is really difficult. And then there's no way me saying, oh, it's not difficult, stuff like that, because it really is. And it's hard, especially when people that you're close to don't understand. That it doesn't make it any easier. And it usually is the closest of people that are to you, because like you said, they see one part of you. They think of that when they think of you. They don't think of the person who's over the side of the bed dying because of a mental illness or chronic illness. And that's rough. That's really hard. That's not an easy thing to work through. So I couldn't imagine. And my heart goes out to you.
Thank you.
What is the best advice, whether this is towards CVS or just in life general? What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I'm gonna quote Carrie Fisher, okay? But my mom told me this, but it is Carrie Fisher. She said, turn your broken heart into art. So that's probably like one of the best advices. You can take a lot of bad situations and make a lot of beautiful things out of it. Whether that's like your typical art, like painting, or your own expression of art, which could be whatever, your interests are.
What does it mean to you?
A lot of my songs, not gonna lie. A lot of my songs, I got even a couple about like my issues with CVS before I even knew it was CVS. So taking those struggles and like just writing a song about it. And then what's beautiful about it even more is like when you share that song and people are like, hey, I related to that. And you're like, oh my God, really? Holy crap, I wrote something that somebody related to? So yeah, probably that.
A piece of art that someone can relate to is definitely a cool feeling, for sure. And I can definitely, yeah, 100%. And if it makes someone feel a little more comfortable, like I said, because you've heard a story that someone is going through something similar, as crappy as it may sound, that's great, and that's awesome. It's definitely something that's it's a part of art, right? It means that your art has created some sort of emotion in a sense. And I think, to me, art is most impressive when it can trigger an emotion, whether happy, sad, goofy, scary, whatever it may be. Is art that can convey some sort of emotion to the viewer is the most impressive art to me. And I think the emotion of feeling similarities is definitely another one that you could kind of put that sense as it being heard more than anything, or being kind of seen in a sense, and that represented kind of side of things. So yeah, no, definitely it's I'm very interested to know how many people have gone under who have CVS that don't know that they have CVS. Like, I'd love to know. Like, it's because you told me that there's so many people that don't even know, and even your thing was so hard, but it's so it's so crazy to know. Hi,
I think a
Aaron.
lot of people do. Like our support group, it's almost always filled with people every single day being like, "Hey, so I think my son has this, or I think my daughter has this, or I think my significant other has this." Like all the time. Or I think I have this all the time. Like that's pretty much what all the conversations consist of, is like trying to compare symptoms and being like, "Do you experience what I experience? Okay, so maybe this is what I have." Because unfortunately, there's no test for CVS. There's just no like, "Hey, you just take this and we'll determine that real quick for you." The unfortunate thing is like they'll test you for all sorts of things, like to make sure like your stomach's working properly and digesting and all those sorts of stuff. But if you come back normal, they just, which most people do, just kind of look at you and go, "Well, I don't know what's wrong with you." And I actually really related to what you're saying about how like you told the doctor and you're like, "Well, I feel like I am this sick," and he just didn't feel like you were this sick. Like, to that's a really common thing I think a lot of people experience, whether it was like your situation, which is like totally not okay of that doctor to say.
All right, I know.
Like, but like that's what's gonna discourage someone when they do have a chronic illness of like, and like that makes you also, when you're suffering so bad, you go like, "Well, is this in my head? Like, am I doing this?" Like, I considered all those things, like, am I somehow making this happen? No, I was not.
Mhm.
And like I think a lot of doctors would just like kind of look and be like, "Well, I don't know." Like, unfortunately, that it's just not just with CVS, just in chronic illness community in general, with mental illness in general. I think unfortunately it's very like looked over. Like, it's just people don't like look at it as like a serious problem. Don't
That's
listen. I feel like that's the problem. It's like people don't listen. They don't listen that I'm suffering.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's as we called the doctor for the rest of the my small short stay, because shortly after that I got transferred by that doctor to another hospital. We used to call him Dr. Asshole because because of the rest of the trip. But no, it's just like, it's the thing is like is
Rightfully so.
yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I think I realized too is also that I obviously people are gonna make mistakes, and I understand that, but I will say is the fact that we I don't know, like the fact that he told me like I had to go home when I was like super sick, and I realized that like I knew I was super sick because the fact that I literally couldn't even walk into the hospital on my own because I had such bad vertigo. Like, I knew that you mean like that it wasn't like just no, I know I'm just fine. Let me just get out and walk out of here. Like, okay, maybe I see, but like when I'm to the point where like I had vertigo and I couldn't even walk, I was like, seriously, dude, come on, like, and so. Yeah, no, like and then that's the thing is and I do it. I at least I didn't have to have that kind of question mark of, is this anxiety? I was 100% like, this was not normal, and I've been suffering for a month. But it's and that's the thing too, is I never had a diagnosis either. And I think once I got diagnosed and they were like, okay, this is what it is, I was like, okay, like this is, it almost sent that sense of relief almost, which is like weird because like getting told that you actually do have a problem seems like it would be kind of counteractive, that you're like, oh my God. But like actually knowing for sure that, yes, this is why this is happening, was a little bit like, okay, this makes sense now. And so, yeah, and so I think it definitely helped me at least. For
I
sure.
felt that way because when I found out about CVS, I had the panic reaction, and I
Of
actually
course.
almost went into an episode. I was like, "I have a rare illness. This is a thing."
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
pretty much how I was feeling. I was like, very overwhelmed with the idea that other people live like I do, for one, but for two, that it's like actually like something is going on.
Mhm.
Like, this isn't just anxiety.
Yeah, but
I
I
kind of
mean,
went to panic at first, but then it empowered me. I felt more confident because I was like, "Well, maybe I can get some answers."
exactly. And that's kind of where my head, I think, went when I was in that state. Like, obviously this was in 2015 when this all happened with me, so a year after yours. So you mean like after you had your first episode. And so it's been a long time, and I haven't really had too many things come up since then, but it was just like it was, I don't know, like there was just so many parts of it, and that's the thing, is the answers was the key for me. Is now that I knew what it was, the diagnosis, is that's when I started getting the answers. And until then, like I said, like those, what was it, 6 or 8 years you said?
6.
6 years. Those 6 years
That
is
I went
probably the
without.
longest years, because you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, seriously? And so then that makes it just difficult. It just doesn't help. It just adds an added stress to be like, okay, is this just anxiety? And that's the thing, is anxiety is crazy. And I mean, could obviously get someone to the point of throwing up, but throwing up at that rate, maybe not as much. And so that, and like, that's a little extreme for anxiety. And so obviously and that's the thing, is when you know you have anxiety and you just kind of blame it on anxiety, it makes sense in the moment, until you have someone say, oh, maybe this is a little bit more than that. And the thing is, anxiety definitely amplifies things for sure, and which is really stressful and adds more to it. But no, there's no.
Anxiety also goes hand in hand with a lot of things. So sometimes you could be having anxiety, but you could be having anxiety because of something else.
Yeah, there's so many weird things about anxiety. Like I said to you the other night, is like you said you're excited, but you're like kind of nervous, and I was like, well, that's anxiety for you. Like that's the two main traits of anxiety, is excitement and nervousness. And like
Woo!
Exactly. And that's the thing, is it can definitely push you into the point of when you're so excited you just get nervous. And it's definitely interesting. I know you said CVS is very similar like that, is when you get to the point where you're like too stimulated in a certain sense, whether it's in positive or negative, it sends off that, which is like it sounds like anxiety's older asshole brother, like which is CVS. Really though. So obviously you've gone through a bunch of to put it lightly, shit from this CVS and other things like that. But what is your biggest fear in life?
My biggest fear in life?
Yeah.
Honestly, dying. I've got bad death anxiety. I laugh about it a lot, make a lot of jokes about things like that. You've seen my TikTok. I sugarcoat my illness and make silly jokes about throwing up and stuff before stream, which thankfully has actually never happened. Knock on wood. But
the laughing is what's killing me here. Like I was just gonna try and let you get out of it, but then you just kept on giggling and giggling and giggling. You're like, oh my god, oh
my
my goodness.
defense mechanism.
Really,
Literally,
though?
I just laugh instead of cry. It's great. But yeah. What was the question?
What's got your biggest fear? And you said in life, and you said
Yeah,
was
dying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, probably that, to be honest. Just because I want to live so bad. Like, if anything, like, if CVS is telling me anything, it's that I actually really want to be here. I want to live. I got a lot to live for. I got an album to make. I got people to tell about CVS too. You know, I got to make it the longest streak I've ever made it without having an episode. I want to be one of those people. There's people in our group who are like, it's been since 20 blah 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 since I've had an episode, and you're like, girl, get it. But like, that's my goal. That's, so I just want to live. I want to be healthy. I want to see the world. I haven't been able to travel because I was so afraid. I was actually at a Comic-Con, so I haven't even really been to Comic-Cons too much since that episode, because like I tried. So here's the story, long story short. Sidetrack. Just because it's kind of like the beginning of like I didn't really share of how I actually got sick. So because excitement can be triggered out by CVS, or CVS can be triggered out by it. That's, I think, is what happened to me. That's what we think happened to me. I was super excited about to meet some celebrities. Don't even remember which ones this time. I had my cosplay ready. I was like super pumped, down in Calgary, because I used to do the Edmonton and the Calgary one. And I just felt so sick the first night we were there, and I started throwing up the whole night. And the next day, I was like, well, I want to try and go to the con. So we went, but it was kind of hard for me to eat and stuff. And I felt kind of pukey, but I was like, whatever, I'm just going to keep pushing it. I had my best friend with me, so that helped. Like, she came on the trips with us. So I was like a little bit like, oh, okay, I got this, But I just felt terribly. And when we came back, I was still sick. And I was like, well, maybe I have a stomach flu. That's what I thought. Been a long time since I had a stomach flu. Okay, maybe it's time for one. I don't think I had a stomach flu, to be honest. I really don't. Like, looking back, I really don't think it was a stomach flu. Because I was fine the day that we were at the expo, but then at the night I got sick again. So it was like that repetitive at night thing. It'd be night or early morning for me when it first started. Basically, because I got sick on the trip, I kept being sick when I came home. So I started thinking, I got bad social anxiety. I can't even leave the house without throwing up now. So then I started associating it because of being out of the trip with leaving. Like every time you leave, you're going to get sick. So every morning before school, I'd feel like I had to throw up. But if my mom said, you can stay home today, I felt fine. It immediately melted away. And I was like, oh, I'm good. I can stay home today. I'm not going to throw up. So that's why I thought it was anxiety. Because like, I was like, well, my mom says I can stay home and it melts away. So I think honestly, just like the pressures of going to school was triggering my illness, and but the fact that she said like I didn't have to, it just made me feel a lot more calm. So I loved going to comic expos. It was something me and my parents did. I'd always drag along my BFF because only child probs. You don't have any siblings to annoy, so I got to annoy your BFF. So I would drag one of them along with me all the time, and we would go to the Edmonton ones and the Calgary ones every year for like years, like literally years. But then after that, it got really hard. The next, like one of the next years, I can't remember. I think it was probably I missed one year, and then I tried to go in my grade 12 year, which is 2016. So, a good 2 years after the first incident, I went into a huge episode in Calgary. I actually had my boyfriend at the time. He was like my new boyfriend then. My mom was like, well, you can bring him because my friend ditched me last minute. She's like, I can't go anymore. I'm sorry. So I was like, who is going to fill the spot? And literally all my friends were busy. They literally couldn't come. So I was like, you want to come to Calgary for a comic expo? So that was like the first time he ever witnessed me that sick. And like he did not know what was going on either. I didn't know what was going on. I've never been that sick on a trip ever. Like we left early on the Saturday. We were supposed to be there until Sunday, and we left, and I threw up the entire drive home. Just over and over into a bag. It was awful experience. Not fun. Do not recommend. So since I experienced that, I just didn't travel. I had such travel anxiety. And so like the biggest thing for me is like I really want to go see Canada. I've never left Alberta, and to be 23, almost 24 years old, and to say I've never left the province I was born in sucks. Honestly, I want to go see this world, and more than just Canada, but like maybe right now just Canada.
Fair.
We'll work our way up.
Really though, fair, totally fair. Well, leads me into another question. Where actually we gotta hydrate here. Thanks, Fig.
Oh, hydrate.
What? Where would you go? Or actually, no, better yet, you know what? We're going to change this up because obviously you said traveling, so you can use that as one if you'd like. But if you, where is this question here that I want to make sure I word it properly because there's the wording that I like on it. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. What are 3 things that are on your bucket list?
Oh, that's a good one. I actually had a bucket list written out at one point. I know for a fact one of them is to get my album done because I put it off so many years. Like I started writing some of these songs when I had just graduated. So like I gotta get the songs out there. You can't have art. You're robbing society if you are an artist and you do not share your art.
So you're a
And
drama.
that's
You're a
how-
drama kid. So do you speak like that?
Literally though. um but what else would there be? So that bucket list. What else do I want to do? Oh, I want to see the ocean so badly. I've never seen the ocean with my own eyeballs, and I need to.
That's right, because you've never been out of Alberta. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my
so that's
goodness.
actually one thing because I love water. I love bodies of water. They're just so peaceful. I love water sounds and stuff. So I would love to see the ocean.
I'll
What else
I'll
is
put a little bottle and send it to you.
Thank you. I love that. I'll keep it right here on my desk.
As an Australian, it blows my as a West Coaster that's right on the water. That blows my mind too. That is wild. I know. Well,
Right?
Birdy,
Like,
if you and your boyfriend ever come out this way, you have a place to stay. I promise you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure, and we let's go.
like
Well, I'll drive you guys to the water if you want. And we can. It's a little bit of a ways, but hey, we can definitely make it there. It's not too terribly far. We can definitely get there for sure. That's no problem at all.
Word.
This
Like
one.
I owe you one more, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, you do. That's right. That's right. You do. Yes.
I give you
Please.
2.
That's right.
The third one would be what's something else I want to do. I don't know actually. Oh, is that what you meant by humming?
Yep. I was gonna wait until you saw it, or if I was gonna wait until you said something before I pointed it out. But yes, exactly.
I guess I did just do that. Yeah, that's definitely my anxiety. It's just soothing me. It's okay. My body's like, we got this.
You do got this.
I I actually really don't know what the third thing would be at the moment. I know like there's a lot of things I want to do, but I'm like, oh, okay, this is a fun one. Get my driver's license. Yeah, I've never actually mentioned that before, but it's something I put off because of all my anxiety, and I had a lot of travel anxiety in the car, right? So the thought of driving one, I was like, no. But just recently, I've been like really wanting to, so that's probably a good other one.
That is a good one. And I would say is as far as that, for next time you do a 2 choose 1 lie, use that as one of them for someone who's online who doesn't know you in person.
Oh,
I think
I
that'd be I would have never guessed.
That's true.
That one. Like just saying this, be like, oh, like I've driven 5 cars or something like that is like your lie. I would have never known or something like that. Or like,
I'm
or,
a drift car racer.
yeah, exactly. Or like what's it called that what's it called? I've crashed 3 cars or something like that. Like it would be a funny one.
Oh yeah.
Or crashed my first car. Yeah, that'd be a good interesting one.
Duly noted.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's interesting though. So yeah, no, it's as far as like traveling, I would say it's definitely something that I've appreciated in my life and stuff like that. And it definitely, the appreciation was more so over this past 2 years when it's been really pretty much impossible to do so. I have my first trip coming up in over 2 years when I go to New York later this year. And I go to meet my lovely Maud Donovan for in real life, which is I'm really excited for. So hey, if you can get yourself out to go meet Penny in Australia, I would highly recommend it. I've never been there. That is on my bucket list as well, places to go with all the amazing friends I've made there in the past year. I think I have like at least like 15 couches to sleep on at this point, which is pretty cool to me. And so going to, and that's pretty much anywhere in Australia, except for like Tasmania. I don't think I know anyone in Tasmania, but that's all right. What's it called? But yeah, I was going to Australia and meeting all my friends that I met online. I think would be really cool. And I've been able to meet. I've had behavior in chat come over to my house at the start of this year, and that was really cool. Getting to meet the first person ever from connections in real life, and getting to kind of do things, and it was like everything you could imagine for a meeting someone online. It was perfect. I got to see B seeing their as a Canadian, we're no stranger to snow, but seeing snow for the first time and watching her see snow for the first time was definitely one of the coolest experiences I think I've ever had. Was watching someone's first snowfall, and this past couple of weeks, BC got hammered with snow early January, and so it was like Alberta kind of snow, but in BC, and it was nuts. And getting to see kind of the look on the face as snow is coming down, and it was a cool experience. And so, yeah, no, I would definitely recommend is obviously do it at your own pace. Don't push yourself, but I would say is something that I would definitely agree with. I think that's something that should be on everyone's bucket list is traveling in some sort and fashion. Unless you've seen everything in every place in the world, at least once, I would say I would say travel more. And it's something that's, you get so much more understanding of different things when you do that. And it's something that's really cool. And I think obviously Comic-Con is really awesome too. Like that's something that's really cool. Like even if it's something as small as that, like that is traveling, you know what I mean? Like, and I know it doesn't feel like it because it's something that's it's still in the province, but that's still something that's traveling. That's going out of your place, going to somewhere where you have to stay overnight, something like that. It's traveling with everyone will do it. Like here we have, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. We have what's called Whistler. And it's basically like if Banff was in BC, and like a really nice, like it's like a ski and snowboard kind of city, and like that for me would be traveling. Even though I usually would only go there for like a weekend, it was still pretty cool. And so yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I have a question for me, which doesn't happen often, but this is the message from Fig. Fig asks, as a creator, what's your most fulfilling moment? That is to say, what has made you stand back and said, oh, wow, now I've made it? Or something that made you think, that is it. I'm so proud of this. Fig, I don't know if I've had that total moment yet. Like, oh, wow, I've made it. Definitely not. There's no feeling of made it. I don't, and I've realized this kind of throughout this is I think I'll be always chasing that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a point where I hit that point. I'm like, oh, I fucking made it. Like, definitely hitting affiliate was the first kind of feeling of like, oh, that's nice. I don't know if the same effect's gonna have with partner. I think like it'll be definitely cool to see that viewer count go to the partner thing when it inevitably happens, but I don't know if that's it's gonna signify that, because I mean, it's definitely an achievement. Don't get me wrong, and it takes a lot of effort to get to that point. And I mean, I've realized how much people have to put in to even do this as a creator. And I'm sure Birdy, you can attest to that. It's not easy being a creator, whether it's literally even clicking the button to go live, or it's working on all the things off stream. Like there's a lot of things that go into it. This is it. I'm so proud of it. I would say that's probably more relatable to me. And that. The one that coming to my head continuously for that one, Fig, would be Who Are You? I think Who Are You was the first time when I was like, that's it. I'm fucking proud of this. Like that was really cool to me, being able to look at that and be like, because I remember like, and I say Connections too. I'll throw Connections in there as well. But Connections, that feeling came way after. Because when I started Connections, I remember this overwhelming fear of anxiety, because I'm going on a gaming website where people watch games, people go to watch people play video games, and I'm going to go do a podcast. Like it was the most like out of left field like thing I could have done. And I remember thinking, are people going to understand this? Are people going to get this? Are people going to like vibe with this? Yeah, no, Fig, I definitely agree. I'm going to ask this as well. I was already decided that one. But what's called is like, I was like, is people going to understand this? Are people going to get this? Is this going to be something that people are going to vibe with? Like, are people going to like this? Or are they going to be like, why the hell is this on a Twitch site? Like a gaming site? Like, why is this on here? Maybe I'd be better off doing this as a YouTube exclusive thing. But I thought it was very important is to have viewer interaction while the stream goes on. It's part of this to me is having other people in here and other people be able to interact with me and that streamer that they might not be able to get to ever talk to. In that sense. And I think that too. Oh, I see what you did there. All right, Fig, I'll drink. Connections. But what's it called? And then with as far as like, I'm so proud of this, is like, I think Connections, when I realized that I was getting messages from people saying multiple things. The one from Birdy, like I said earlier, the message from Birdy which said like, oh, I've never felt comfortable to put it somewhere, but I feel like this would be the right place. Like, that was a moment where I was like, okay, I'm proud of this. Like, I'm really proud of Connections is what it's come. I call Connections my baby. Connections is the one thing that you'll never see leave this channel. It'll change and improve in certain senses, but it's never going to leave this channel. That's one thing I will guarantee about this. There will always be a Connections deeply rooted in this, whether it's once a month, whether it's maybe even once every couple months, but Connections will always be a part of this channel. But I think as far as that is, I've also had the feeling of, where when I saw people coming up to me and saying Connections like really changed me and really helped me in certain things. The one that popped in my head is Haley, or Halian, and you know Haley, as well. And who was in here too? Haley was in here too. I don't know if Haley's still lurking. I know Haley's been in here as well and usually lurks for most of the stream, almost always. But when I made a comment to Haley about investing in yourself, and I've never seen someone take that so literally as Haley. And whether it's to buying a bunch of new equipment to improve her stream, and then to quit her job and to end up like going into college and following what she wanted to do and trusting the process and just like everything towards like I meant it as like a kind of like a one-off, like as a bit of support and advice, and just to watch like someone take that so literally and really, really thrive with it was like the coolest thing to me. And that was all from Connections, because I met someone that trusted the process and wanted to be a part of it. And the fact that I can go into and talk to other people and communities like that, and people recognize who I am because of what I do is something that's kind of cool. It's not, I wouldn't say I've made it by any chance. And I think I'll always be chasing that kind of that wording possibly. and maybe it's better off I just let it go and worried about what I can improve now and kind of to help others, because that's, at the end of the day, this started from me wanting to meet new friends. That was the dead center spot of this, and that's what will remain is the reason why I do connections. That's why I said connections will never go away, because I'm always going to want more friends. But as far as being proud of it, I would say is Who Are You in Connections. The first episode of Who Are You was definitely a proud moment, and watching how well it did far after the fact, and then being able to see Connections and how Connections has changed the lives of so many people, including my own, and being able to see Who Are You has connected people, which is really cool to me. I think being able to bring streamers together has been one of the coolest things ever, because I never realized how uncollaborative being a streamer starting off is. And just to have like one or two friends that you can turn to and be like, hey, do you want to do something, or do you want to like do a little promotional thing together, like, and so that, and that makes it so much easier. Like, it's so much easier to do this, and like it reduces that anxiety a little bit more. Than you can have someone you can trust. Like, I'm very grateful for every person who's come on Connections, because they've helped me with my anxiety and feel more comfortable doing this in a weekly basis. I have a lot of thanks for someone like Ken, who does Who Are You with me pretty much every single month, and puts in his own time to be on my channel, doesn't take anything from it, is just an awesome dude who just wants to help out a friend. And there's a lot of amazing people that I've met here, and I'm so fortunate for. So I think, as far as being proud of it, I set out my goal of making new friends, and check. That's definitely been started, and that'll continue to go on. That check mark's not done. I'm still writing the line, but you know, it every day it gets a little bit longer, and so I'm fortunate for that, Fig. But great question, Fig. Probably one of the best questions I think I've been asked before. So I'll give you that. And now I'm going to turn that to you, Birdy. As a creator, what's the most fulfilling moment you've had? Whether it's made you stand back and say, "Oh, wow, I've made it," or something that made you think, "That's it. I'm so proud of this."
Well, the made it part, I feel like I come with you. Like, I haven't had that yet, but maybe one day. But again, like, I also look at it as like, if I feel like I made it, I might not be having any other goals. And I want to keep
True.
having goals. So, like, even though I make it to my goal, I have had it. You know, you set out a goal and you hit it. You're like, oh, heck yeah, we hit that many followers, you know? But I don't think I've felt like, oh, I've made it. Because, like, I'm continually trying to, like, grow my goals and stuff. But the moment I would feel like proud of, um, for like content creator wise, would be on my TikTok. I literally a year ago had nobody following me like at all. Like literally like 40 people who knew me in real life. That's it. And it wasn't even AnxiousBirdy back then. Like it wasn't anything that it is today. So the fact that I have like 6,000 people who follow me there, who want to watch me be a goofball and advertise my stream and also talk about my illness on there, make jokes about it. That's pretty cool. I think the moment I had people who were watching my CVS videos and like liking them and commenting on them, and I was like, whoa, this one had like over 100 likes. You know, I was like, holy crap, that many people saw that about CVS, you know? And I had more people being like, I have this, and they follow me and I follow them back, you know? And that's kind of what when I was like really proud, and I was like, this is what I need to do. Like I should be creating content for CVSers and also for people who don't know what it is so they can learn what it is. And then I was like, because I kept thinking like, well, what should my page be, right? And how can I mix the two? And I just really was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post about CVS and post about my video game content, and whoever likes it, you know, like that's a piece of me that they'll get to learn about, you know, if they vibe with video games. So I think that was probably what I was proud of when I kind of saw those two things meshing together, and I was able to do them both on the same platform. I was really proud about that, and the fact that people were actually vibing with it and like saying like, "Hey, I hadn't heard about this before. That's so cool. I got to learn about it."
For sure, definitely, and I can you set it up perfectly. Is that kind of thing is being able to do what someone can connect with and understand and so and that's perfect. And Fig, I'm gonna give you one more kind of on this too that popped in my head as Birdy was saying. Is it kind of set off my thing is making your brand and knowing your brand and sticking to your brand and not going off that. And I'm not saying Warzone, for instance, so like a Warzone streamer, that's not a brand. Like it can be definitely underlaid, but there's a reason that people come to a stream. As you said, people don't come just for gaming. And I realized that really late into doing this. And it's something I wish I would have learned sooner. And anyone who's a streamer, listen up. Someone clip this because I'm not saying it twice. What's it called? But Fig is our mutual friend Fig, Mango, Sweet Mango 01, messaged me a few weeks back and asked, what is 5 things that I thought was going to help with help creators that are just starting off and newer. And you can see the video, Sweet Mango 01 on Twitter, on Twitch. And I think it's on YouTube as well. It should be the same link, but I would go to her Twitch and go through there. But Mango has become a really close friend and really amazing. And I gave her 5 things. And these are the things I pulled up on my notepad here because I wrote it down when she asked me. The first one is consistency. I think that's the biggest thing in this is every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can bet your ass that I'm going to be on the screen. It might be Who Are You? It might be Connections. It might be a totally different show. It might be Just Chatting. Who knows what it might be, but you can bet your ass on Tuesday at 4 p.m. I'll be here doing something, or someone will be here. Like last week, it wasn't me, but someone will be here streaming on this channel at 4 p.m. That's something that you can always rely on. The second thing, be yourself. Don't be a fake person. Don't be a fake persona. No one wants fake. You're going to burn out eventually. That's something that you definitely should have. Number 3, creating content or promotions outside of your stream is the best way to improve discoverability. It's much more easier to bring people in from other places, whether like TikTok, Reels for me, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you can put it on. Reddit, I've even heard people. I think that's a really interesting thing that I'm definitely going to look into a little more because I don't know enough about Reddit to be able to kind of do it, and I don't want to just be fucking cringe posting, but like I want to find a way that it's organic and stuff like that. And I think is creating discoverability outside your stream is something that helps so much with Twitch, at least Twitch, I would say, as a streamer. I think YouTube does a little bit better promoting than Twitch, in my opinion. However, I'm on this platform, and that's one thing I would say for that. Number 4 is don't look at your stats. It will affect your mental health. If you have to, check monthly. Don't check it on stream at all, period. That would be one thing I would say for sure. If you have to check it, I would really suggest doing it monthly. If you have to, I guess you could do weekly too, if there's something that you have to. But as far as like what I do is I do it to check to see what bills I'm going to have to be putting for that, is in that sense. And then number 5 is have a good support system. It'll lead to success. The amount of times that I've wanted to stop doing this because I'm doubting myself because of my own anxieties, and I've turned to Donovan, B, or Multi and said, or my mom and said that is amazing. And the times that they've told me and reminded me, and the comments they've said, whether it's been something along the lines of just, you don't realize how many people you're helping, or things like that, or what's called, you've done this so many times, and you're gonna be able to pull it off again. And it's happened many times before. It's getting to the point where I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with doing this and getting a little more set up, if you will. But the support system it helps a lot. And my absolute big hearts and loves go out to those 4 people I've named. There's a lot more than just that, but those are the ones who put in the most time to me at this point in time. And I'm very grateful for those ones. I don't think I would be still streaming today if it wasn't for those 4. But then, yeah, it's like you said, is the brand, I think is having a brand and knowing your brand is something that's so important, because I think a lot of streamers, I mean, you're allowed to test the waters on other things, but when you're testing on like 15 different things, everyone's like, what am I showing up for today? Like have a core brand. Mine, human connection. But you know, that branches out on is mental health, is on people, is on making friends, is being able to connect with people. There's so many things in that, that I can go out from there. But my main brand, my one thing is human connection. And you can see that in my podcast and my game show and any other content that I'm going to try and make in the future is human connection, some sort of storytelling underlying under there, as well as mental health. And being supportive of mental health and talking about the conversations that might be uncomfortable, but are needed. And yeah, I don't know. It's things that are near and dear to my heart. And I think that's also why it does well too, is just, it's not something that it's not like I going back to number 2, I'm being myself. It's something I'm passionate about in my life. It's something I'm passionate about on stream. And I think it shows to a lot of people. For sure. We have one more question, by the way, for you from the chat as well. This comes from Flatfoot.
Ooh.
If you could go back and live your life without CVS, would you, and why?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why I would say yes, but then I also look at like what I'm doing, and I'm like, but I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I don't know what I'd be doing, but it wouldn't be this. So, like, a lot of me is like, heckin' yeah. But because like I said earlier, it'd just be easier to kind of have the life I had before. But again, like, realistically, we all have something, and if this wasn't my thing, I'd have something else. So would I want that something else over this? Maybe not. So I think I'll take the cards I was dealt, and I'll figure out how to play the game.
And I can definitely agree with that. I think that's the same thing for me is I don't love my anxiety. I do not like my ADHD sometimes. I don't like having the feelings of, I mean, I'm not diagnosed with it, but having like that kind of feeling of being like of depression a little bit in the recent little while. And there's things that I definitely don't like about it, but I wouldn't be doing connections if it wasn't for that. If I didn't experience mental health, I wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't have met so many amazing people in the past year and a bit here. And knowing that I've met so many amazing people, that would be enough for me. That's like the amount of experiences I've gotten from all around the world from hearing stories. That would be something that I'd be for sure. And so, no, just the sheer fact of that is definitely be something that would be definitely difficult for me to say just yes if I was to switch something from my disability at least. And so I can definitely relate with you on that for sure. Yeah. However, Birdy, we're on the last question. Got one last question for you before you go. And I know you've been in this chat a couple times, so you probably know what this one is, but I'm still interested to hear your things as I am any other one, because this always gives us a great answer. No pressure. What's it called? We know you write songs. However, Birdy, if you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line be?
Okay. I think I got it. It was the audio that I shared on my Instagram. So if anyone follows me, I shared it yesterday. It's the audio that is, and I thought maybe, just maybe, I can do this.
Okay. Do you want to describe why?
Because I got my hope back. And I feel hopeful to live a life that I enjoy and that I'm proud of.
It's definitely something to be proud of. Well, chat, the lovely, the amazing, the wonderful, the warrior that is AnxiousBirdy. Please, chat, spam that love for the amazing, wonderful episode that was. And so, can I just say, I think you probably, like, not to like underplay anyone else, just to add on to that, but I think you've been probably one of the most vulnerable people that have been on the show. What's it called? And I appreciate that, because this show does not work with people that don't want to be vulnerable. And I said that to you from the beginning is if this doesn't work without that. Hi, Astro. Yeah, thanks. Good time to throw that love in. Exactly. We like that. Thank you, Bea. Exactly. And thank you everyone for spamming that love. I see so many names. I see Tony, I see Fluffy, I see B, I see Henry, I see Fig, I see Multi. Hi, Multi. I see Flatfoot. There's so many wonderful people in here today that have shared this time today. Yelissa saying you explained our illness perfectly. And I obviously I don't have any, I'm learning just as anyone else is, but I would say is the understandings I've taken away from here, it definitely has given me more of a understanding of what you fight with. And more power to you from me. And you got Bren on your, what's called behind your back, rooting you on. And I think everyone in chat can agree with that on that sense. If you have not already, if you have not done yourself the service, if you've disrespected yourself and not followed AnxiousBirdy, go do so. You got all the links there: TikTok, Instagram, Discord. Did we not get your Twitch? Oh my goodness. Can you put your, hang on, we're doing one more thing here. And on Twitch, go follow AnxiousBirdy. Thank you, Fig. What's it called? Go follow Birdy on all platforms that you see there, whether it's in Discord, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on TikTok or on Twitch. You want to go. It is worth the person to do. It's always good vibes. There's bubble parties. There's ukulele playing. There's a lot of the great things that are there. And it's just a great time all around. Always cozy vibes at Birdy's stream. However, Birdy, with this part here, actually, before I actually give this up, one more thing before we go. Chat, if you're not already, we're doing a giveaway right now. We will doing it in the Discord after. Excuse me. Bubble party's great. Bubble parties are great. B, I agree.
They are. They're a vibe.
I have a little list of people here that have done exclamation mark enter. If you haven't done exclamation mark enter, and maybe you just got home like Flatfoot, I need you to do that right now. Exclamation mark enter. If your name is not on this list, you are not currently in the thing. So I'm going to do roll call. Say present if you're here. I see Jay. I see Fluffy. I see Wolf. I see Tempura Boy. I see B. I see Ray. Thunder Piggy. I see Bea. I see Tony. I see Emma Wauga. I see Fig. I see Donovan. I see Ram. I see Breadcrumbs. I see Flim. I see Henry. I see Melon. And I see Nor. If your name was not called, I do not currently have you on there. Exclamation mark enter is all you have to do to get yourself in there. I see Boombox. Birdy, exclamation mark enter in chat. Do it.
You want me to?
Yeah, yeah. I
would
see
feel bad if I
Yulissa.
win.
That's fine. We can figure out something. We could always give it to your chat or something like that too if we wanted to. We
That's
could,
true.
With you only, by the way, just so we're clear. This doesn't happen to everyone. This only happens to the guest that's on that day. We have Birdy. There's so many people. So make sure your name is in there. If you haven't already exclamation mark enter, make sure you get in there. I would love to have your name on there. Someone's gonna win it. Why not? Why not be you? What's it called? So, however, this is the chat. This type. My mouth is just not working with me right now. I see Astro in there too. Awesome, perfect. Sorry, where am I going with this? My brain is like mush right now. Okay, we really need to go. Let's go. So this is the part of the show where when I go find a raid, this is your time to shout out anyone, anything that you would like to shout out. The floor is yours while I go find us a raid.
Okay, one thing I'm gonna mention is that March 5th is CVS Awareness Day. It's not a very known awareness day, but it's an awareness day we're gonna get people talking about. So the way that you can do that is just like if you remember, like honestly, if you look up anything to do with the hashtag cyclophamine syndrome, you'll find a lot of information and like posts you can share. You can share anything that day. Just let people know what that is. Just like CVS awareness. People might be like, "What's CVS?" And that starts the conversation. You can be like, "Hey, I saw this streamer on this podcast, and this is what I heard." So that would mean a lot for me if like you guys could just like, again, March 5th is a little bit of a ways, but it's only 2 months, it's not too far. Like maybe almost just like, honestly, not even 2 months. It's like a month away
Not too far
because
at
it's
all.
the end of the month. So yeah, March 5th, that's CVS Awareness Day. And somebody I would like to give a little shout out to check out is Astarte_slays. Let me look it up just to make sure I'm not butchering. But they're someone I think should just like have a little shout out. Yeah, okay.
if you
They
can tag
don't
them in
have
chat for me.
underscores on this one. Here, I was just gonna say I'll literally just post it because it's not underscores on here. It must be on Instagram. I got you here.
Oh, it did not want you to post a link. Can you
Okay.
send me on Discord? Send me on
Yeah,
Discord.
I got it. Can I just at them?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that too. Perfect.
There, that. Go give them a little a follow if you want, They're a really great streamer. They're pretty much like variety streamer in my opinion from what I've seen. They do a lot of like Stardew Valley though. If you like those calm, relaxed mining vibes, definitely someone to check out.
Okay, interesting. I've dropped the follow. I'll definitely check them out if they are live. That's awesome. Well, I have found our guest or our person that we're going to raid. And I think you might enjoy the person we're about to raid here, Birdy. However, chat, we are going to what's it called? However, we are going to be raiding out here. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Whether you hung out with us today from the beginning the halfway point or just joining us now, I want to say thank you because you spent a little bit of your time today deciding to hang out with me and Birdy, and that means a lot to me. You had a lot of things you could be doing today, and you chose to spend it with us, whether it was listening, lurking, or actually actively watching and chatting throughout the stream. And I really do appreciate that, and that means more than you will ever know. As I always say, is money and subs and bits are great. By the way, thank you, Fluffy, for that as well. But time is one thing that you'll never get back, and you decide to spend that with us, and so I really do appreciate that. And hearing the conversations like we've talked about today about Birdy and the CVS and learning a little bit more, and I'm so glad you've been willing to hang out with me and learn a little bit more about CVS. And yeah, can we just get can everyone do in the chat !bonk? That's all you need to do, !bonk, and you'll see why I'm saying it once you do it. !bonk, and thank Jay for an amazing job behind the scenes as the mod for today. I love that. He passed out. Did he really? Oh my goodness. Did he really? No shot. That's hilarious. I didn't even know that. He has been messaging me back and forth for the most part, but I'm sure he might have. Well, maybe we'll bonk him awake. Is he still in this chat? He is still in this chat, so I mean he's listening. That's funny though. Everyone bonk Jay. Thank you for the bonks. Yell at him right now. I feel like he did. Jay, wake up. He stopped messaging 20 minutes ago. It's okay. What's it called? Jay had been up all night and working on projects. That's okay. What's it called is the funny thing is I'll get him to look at this after. I'll send this clip to him out. I'll clip it right now and I'll send it to him after. Everyone bonking Jay. However, thank you everyone for joining in today. I do really appreciate it. It's been amazing. It's been wonderful. Next week is the new month. There'll be no more giveaways in that point, unfortunately. This will be the last giveaway. So make sure in the Discord, we're going to do that in the living room. If you go into the living room on Discord, you will see just below the sofa, it'll say the living room voice channel. If you join in there, we'll be there very soon. So join in there. We're going to be in there. We're going to be giving away the $10 Amazon gift card. It'll be the last one we ever do. But in February, we're going to meet the lovely, the wonderful past contestant on Who Are You, Waybay XO. So make sure you're there. Make sure you don't miss out. It's going to be a lovely episode with a lovely creator, someone who I've fell in love with since Who Are You, and I think you all will as well, and hear all the stories about the wonderful Waybay. Yes, exactly. We love Bay. So make sure you're there. That's next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard, same time as this episode started as well. And then after that, we have Who Are You on February 8th, which we have an amazing lineup, and I'll show the lineup one more time here. It might just start this promo. I'm sorry if it does. There we go. So that is who's going to be on there. We have Sunny Movement, we have the Agent KP, we have Lucy Moofy, we have the Boombox, we have Fluffy the Puffle. So make sure you're there. It is going to be an amazing stream. Hey, I know, right? Boombox, I know. Who it is? Yeah, really. We have so many amazing creators on there. I know it's funny because I've talked to some of the creators there that are on that episode, and they've some of them are honestly asleep right now because of the time zone difference, and they're going to be up with us like all night long for this. So some amazing creators. I suggest you go check them all out at 7. Actually, it should have already been released on Twitter and on Instagram, I believe, if the post went up properly. And you should be able to find all their links on there as well. If you haven't already, I've said it once, but I'm going to say it again. ! Guest. Go follow our guest today. And because they didn't put it on there, what's it called? Go follow them on Twitch as well. Definitely worth checking out. The art streams are amazing. The random streams whenever and the bubble parties are amazing. Go follow Birdy, a wonderful guest and a huge advocate for chronic invisible mental illnesses, and someone who is very, very inspiring to me. And there would be no one I would wish to be on this episode more than you, Birdy.
Well, thank you.
For sure. So go spend that love over there, and please, I hope chat you will join me in our raid today as we go raid out a new friend. A friend by the name of Almost Daytona. What's it called?
Oh,
so, right? I know.
She's gonna love this.
I know. It's the best part is that she met me literally, or she followed me yesterday, and she's not gonna know what's happening. So go and jump in that raid, chat. I thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure of mine to see all of you in here, and I hope you'll join us next week, next Tuesday when we meet Weibei. I hope maybe some of you guys will join us in the living room for the giveaway if you haven't already. And go show some love. Go spread that love, that Brengra love. If you have it in there, exclamation mark raid. Thank you, Fluffy, and exclamation mark raid 1. Thank you, Fig. I appreciate all of you. I see so many. Oh, okay, well, Streamlabs is glitched. That's fine. Or it doesn't have a thing. I see so many people. I see Fluffy. I see Fig. I see Bea. I see Astro. I see Henry. I see B. I see Boombox. I see Mama Lisa. I see who else here? Yelissa. I see Emily. Hi, Emily. I didn't even see you in there earlier. I see Tony. I see so many amazing people in there. So I want to say thank you. And yes, go spread that love one more time to this amazing creator. I promise you, an amazing creator. And then I'll see you in about like 15, 20 minutes in the giveaway. Take care. Drink some water. I love you. Bye.